We're seeing all purple this weekend in Abilene, Texas. It's a highly anticipated matchup to the top teams in the WAC on the field in Abilene. Cruncher Scott Field. Welcome in, folks. It's the Grand Canyon Lopes visiting the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Andy Penny alongside Coy Oslin for tonight's contest between, again, two of the top four teams in the league. GCU at 9-6 in conference play. They sit in the fourth place spot. ACU at 8-4 currently in third. Coy, we welcome you in. When we saw the schedule when the season started, the preseason conference favorite would be here in Abilene the middle of April. We're excited about what the weekend looks like this weekend.
You know, the preseason conference favorite, like you said, but ACU right now, they look like they're in the driver's seat. They've got a lot going on for them, but this is going to be a matchup. I expect nothing short of a dogfight between these two teams today.
The Lopes come in again 9-6 overall, 18-14, and a little banged up this year, and you'll see that in their lineup. And it starts with their starting pitcher tonight, Zach Thornton. The typical starter, leads the league in strikeouts and innings pitched. Will not be on the mound tonight. A hamstring injury will keep him to be determined. We might see him before the weekend is over, but not tonight. It's Connor Markle who gets the start here on Friday night. He'll face ACU's Tyler Morgan, the typical Friday night starter for the Wildcats, in what should be a great matchup on the mound tonight.
Yeah, Morgan himself, he's an innings eater for ACU. He's someone that'll go out there and he'll consistently get you 4 or 5 innings. Markle, however, his last start got a little roughed up. Inning in 2/3. 8 earned runs in that matchup versus Seattle U. Little rough for him, but got a good chance to redeem himself against a quality lineup today.
This is the first matchup, regular season matchup in conference for the Wildcats and the Lopes. They did not play last year, which was ACU's inaugural season in the WAC because of the unbalanced schedule, the West Division as well as the Southwest Division. ACU and Grand Canyon did not match up in the regular season last year. They did end up playing 3 times in the Western Athletic Conference Tournament last year in Mesa, Arizona. ACU the better of GCU 2 out of 3. Grand Canyon still made the NCAA Regional as an at-large bid last year, but this is the first time in Western Athletic Conference play that they'll match up for a 3-game series during the regular season.
Yeah, and if you're in the WAC right now, they've brought everything together. These two divisions are no longer in existence, and if you're GCU, you're thinking travel, travel, travel. You're in Texas this week. You've got Texas Tech coming up in a ranked opponent. You're in Abilene right now. You'll turn around, come play Tarleton, go down to Edinburgh and play UTRGV. You got a lot of travel, and ACU has some themselves, so it adds to an interesting dynamic to the season on how these guys can get rested between games.
The Wildcats have taken the field here for the bottom of the first. Again, it's the senior right-hander. You see him on your screen there, number 21, Tyler Morgan on the mound. 2-2 on the year, 4.37 the ERA, but he's been the Friday night guy for a long time. Around the diamond, you can see for ACU, Grayson Tatro, Logan Britt, Holden Rook. You'll see in the outfield, Maddox Meesey, Crew Park, Bash Randall, Garrett Williams. Left to right, third to first. Tanner Tweed, the battery mate here of Tyler Morgan. For the Wildcats, again on the year, 23-9, 8-4 in conference play. Morgan and company will see this lineup for Grand Canyon tonight under first-year head coach Greg Wallace. Again, 18-14, the overall record, 9-6 in conference play. Homer Bush Jr. will lead things off, the center fielder, followed by Cade Verduzco in right. Zach York, the designated hitter, will bat third tonight for the Lopes. Elijah Burries will start at third base. He bats fourth. Eli Payton, the first baseman, bats fifth. Josh Buckley, the catcher, bats sixth. Emilio Barreras, the shortstop, in the seventh spot. Maxwell Andeal in left bats eighth. And Zach Gregory, the second baseman, will bat ninth. Tyler Morgan has, I hate to call him the tough luck pitcher here on Friday night games in conference, but ACU, despite the 8-4 overall record, just 1-3 on Friday nights when Tyler takes the mound. It's been a combination of Friday night pitching throughout the conference, as well as the offense for ACU. Only 3 hits last week versus Sam Houston State, but Tyler's been doing his job. He's been consistent throughout.
Yeah, and Tyler, like I said, he can eat these innings up for ACU. 45 1/3 innings this season so far. Leadoff batter's batting pretty high against him. Things need to get in the driver's seat for him, trying to find his groove, so to say, this year. And he's got a good chance to do that. Like I said, these are two, right now you would say, evenly matched programs. GCU's had some rankings this year here and there, but they're a good team. ACU obviously has proven they're a good team, but coming off a loss in their last series to Sam Houston in WAC play, they look to rebound here against this team.
As we are just moments away here from first pitch, you see Homer Bush Jr., the center fielder, about to step in. Game number 33 for both teams. Beautiful night here in Abilene, 89 degrees. We've got clear skies. The wind gust 15 to 20 miles an hour tonight. And it is an offensive ballpark as the first pitch hit into foul territory. First base side, Garrett Williams, the first baseman is underneath it. One pitch and one out. Great start here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and Andy, if you're behind on your swing and you pop one up here, you gotta be praying that it goes out, because these out-of-bounds zones here, there's a lot of room there in foul territory for these two teams.
So one pitch, one out. Here's Cade Verduzco, the right fielder. As Verduzco steps in. The overall average, 269 for Cade, tonight's starting right fielders. Morgan into the wind. And first pitch, this is outside. As we mentioned the Grand Canyon lineup, you did not hear the name Jacob Wilson. He is out for the 7th consecutive game. We do think we will see Wilson before the weekend is over, maybe even as early as tonight in a pinch hit situation. Here's a ball by Verduzco driven back up into center field. And Grand Canyon has their first hit and their first base runner tonight. A one-out single by Verduzco.
Yeah, take a look at this here. Verduzco, he finds his ball right here, just up the middle, and he's going to shoot it back up the middle in the outfield. A good piece of hitting for him, and a batter on first here in the first inning for the Lopes.
So one on, one out. Here's Zach York, tonight's designated hitter. York, 333 the average. Makes his 31st start in 33 games. And first Morgan pitch is a strike. Again, Jacob Wilson not in the lineup tonight. We do anticipate we'll see him before the weekend is over, as early as potentially tonight in a pinch hitter role late in the game. Tyler Wilson also not in the lineup tonight. As runner on the move, here's a fastball outside. Tweed will just hang on to it. Verduzco a stolen base. It's a Grand Canyon team that not huge on stealing bases, but they get one there. They're 26th of the year. No throw by Tweed. Verduzco in scoring position. Again, Tyler Wilson out tonight as a minor injury happened yesterday here in Abilene during the team's workout. So he is not in the lineup. There's a pitch to York and misses. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, that one just got away there a little bit low and out of the zone, trying to flirt with that bottom left-hand corner. Couldn't get his location on that one.
ACU defense anticipating a pull. Park, the shortstop, plays up the middle. He covers the bag with Verduzco there as well. The 2 balls and 1 strike count. Morgan a look at second. The 2-1. And stays on the outside. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, ACU, they're not shy about playing with this positioning, especially when they think they've got a pull hitter. And York this year, 4 home runs on the board for him, but spray out into right field, see what he can do. Bash Randall, he's playing really deep out to outfield.
3 steps in the outfield grass, second baseman Randall. Morgan set again, the 3-1. Fastball grounder right to Randall, second base, deep in the hole. He'll make the play. Soft toss over to first is in time. Verduzco does advance second to third. 4-3 on the putout, second out here of the top of the first.
Yeah, just right into the shift right here, but what you're going to see is you've got someone on third now. That's very important. Verduzco moves all the way over. Not ideal with 2 outs, but definitely a big situation having a runner on third this early.
Scouting report right on point there for York, who bounced one there to second base. Elijah Berees, the starting third baseman tonight. 250 the average as he makes his 24th start. Off-speed pitch from Morgan is a strike. Berees again, 250 the average. That's 24 hits in 96 at-bats. 1 home run, 11 RBIs. That's 6 doubles to his name as well. Morgan works out of the wind with a runner on the third. Curveball swung on and missed. And it's quickly 0-2.
A little bit of nasty movement on that one. Fooled him just a little bit and get you a strike on the board.
Berees back in. Again, Morgan works out of the wind. Ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Another curveball. Check, did he go? Peeled down to first. No, he did not. We played the 3-man umpiring crew tonight. Matthew Stelgis behind the plate. Clay Park worked the right side of the infield. He's at first. Cole Lump at third base. Here's the 1-2. Bounces in. Nice stop by Tweed with the runner on third. Again, Morgan on Friday night's just been the tough luck starting pitcher. Last week against Sam Houston, he went 6 innings. He did give up 5 runs on 6 hits, but Sam Houston pitching held ACU to just 3 hits and a 5-1 loss. Morgan took the loss to drop to 2-2. 2-2 the count here on the scoreboard. Fastball misses, and that'll load it up. Eli Payton, the first baseman, waits on deck. Morgan's second in the conference in strikeouts. Got a chance for his first here tonight. This one bounces away. Nice stop by Tweed. Again, he keeps it in front. It is ball 4. Burries will make his way down to first. Runners on the corners and 2 outs.
Yeah, and that's how you become a preseason all-conference catcher right there. Tanner Tweed, good job keeping that one from getting away and preventing what could have been a run with Verduzco on third.
Verusco on third, Burries now at first, runners on the corners with 2 outs. It's a Grand Canyon team that leads the conference in walks. Very patient at the plate. That was their 174th walk as a team. 2 on 2 out. Here's Eli Payton again, the first baseman tonight. 245 the average as Payton makes his 15th start. Morgan back to the stretch in the first offering. That'll miss on the inside. It's 1-0. Nice crowd starting to file in here at Crutcher Scott. We anticipate good crowds all weekend long and a highly anticipated series this weekend. Here's a ball swung on and missed. Good looking off speed there at 83.
Yeah, fooled him with the off speed there, and he swung through on that one, and it's a rough one when you look back at it, one that gets away from you like that.
Morgan's ready again. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. This one lifted into right field, and the base hit. It could get into the gap. Verduzco is in to score. Burries rounding third. He'll try to score as well, and the throw cut off, and he will score. It's a 2-out, 2-run double for Eli Payton. And the Lopes score first tonight. Grand Canyon an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, what a good piece of hitting here. You get it up there in that alley in between right field and center field. Anytime that's going to be trouble, and what an effort running around from first base. Burries putting the wheels on, you could say. Trucks all the way around the diamond and 2 runs on the board early for GCU.
Well, Burries was on the move with 2 outs there. First contact, he's moving and able to score. As that ball skipped into the gap. Rook was able to get there, cut it off, but good speed by Burries to score and an early 2-0 lead. First pitch in for a strike here to Josh Buckley, tonight's starting catcher, making his 25th start. 207 the average. 8 doubles. Home run, 11 RBIs. Morgan the 0-1. That's upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, for Buckley, the numbers this season down a little bit. 207, 337, and 333 on the slash. Not exactly the season he wants to be having, but right now he's got a good opportunity. Got a runner on second and no real pressure in this situation.
Here's the 1-1. That's down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Payton with the double. RBIs 9 and 10 for Payton. You see him out at second base. Update scoreboard. Oh, here's a ball fouled out. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grand Canyon, a 5-game Texas road trip here. 3 in Abilene this weekend. They'll make their way up to Lubbock for a 2-game midweek series, Tuesday and Wednesday. Getting off to a good start here with 2 in the first. There's a ball fouled off. We'll do 2-2 again. It's a Grand Canyon team that struggled here as of late. Just 3 and 8 in their last 11 games after starting 15 and 6. But as Coach Wallace said, now's the time to be figuring things out. Start peaking in the right direction as we close in on the final month of the season. Here's a 2-2 again. Fastball down Broadway for strike 3. Buckley has down on strikes. Morgan his first strikeout tonight, but Grand Canyon strikes first. 2-0. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Good stuff, Coy.
Yes, sir.
Grand Canyon strikes first. 2 in the top of the first. ACU will come to bat. They'll see Connor Markle on the mound, and they'll see this defense behind Markle as well. Andeal in left, Bush in center, Verduzco out in right, Barisi at third, Barrera shortstop, Gregory at second base, Peyton at first, and Josh Buckley behind the plate here for Connor Markle. Markle, again, gets the start tonight in place of Zach Thornton. We might see Thornton before the weekend is over, but not tonight. Markle will get the start, but he's a good one, the 6'1" left-hander out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah, Markle, this season he's had some ups and some downs. Last week you could call it a down versus Seattle U, but he's in a situation now where, hey, we've got us a lead, we've got us a cushion, 2 runs here in the bottom of the first, but hey, he's got to fight this ACU lineup, Andy.
Preseason all-wax selection on the mound, but he'll face a impressive ACU lineup here, a team batting average of 300. Garrett Williams to lead it off. You can see him there, the first baseman will step in. Williams, the leading batting average for the Wildcats at 369. Markle's first pitch on the outside for a ball. It's Williams, Ladisaw, Britt, 1, 2, 3. Tatro, Tweed, and Meese in the middle, 4, 5, 6. Randall, Park, and Rook round out Rick McCarty's lineup tonight at 7, 8, and 9. Markle again, the left-hander, 6'1", junior. They're out of Scottsdale, that Phoenix area. 2-1 is in. He's a guy that'll hit 87 to 90 on the fastball. The slider drops about 10 miles an hour. The changeup a little bit more in the high 70s. So there's a ball on the outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Williams again, 369. That's top 10 in the WAC in average. 45 hits on the year. Here's the 3-1. That's outside for ball 4. Markle feels a little amped up here getting the Friday night start. Felt like he overthrew a few of those pitches on the outside. Williams will take the walk. Wildcats have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, when you're hitting as good as Garrett Williams as he's 10th in the conference right now, you got this situation where, hey, you got to be patient at the plate. That's got to be tough when you're batting as good as him. Shows really high amounts of patience here, gets on base. And now a chance for Ladisaw.
Miller Ladisaw will show bunt, pull it back. Pitch stays up for ball 1. Ladisaw on the year, making his 33rd start. He started all 33 this year. 298 the average. 36 hits. 14 of those extra bases. He'll show bunt, pull it back, and take a strike, take all the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. I think trying to see how the Grand Canyon defense might adjust here with Ladisaw showing bunt. Williams will lead off first. Markle checks him. Come to the plate in the 1-1. This one hit the opposite way. It gets past a diving Barese at third base. It's into left field. And it's a base hit. Ladisaw to first. Williams up to second. First two are on here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Ladisaw, good hit here in this situation. You got a little bit of pressure. You're already down early, but hey, get your runner, move him over to second. Runners on first and second now, and we're diving deep into the ACU lineup with Britt and Tatro now looking at their at-bats.
Here is Logan Britt, 333 the average, 42 of 126 on the year. He's in the top 10 in the WAC in numerous categories. First pitch, an off-speed pitch for a strike. 33 runs scored for Britt. Extra base hits this year. He's got 4 triples. That's second in the conference. 8 home runs is 5th in the conference. 77 total bases. Slugging percentage of .611, also in the top 10. He'll hit this one opposite way. Could be 2. Gregory's got it. He'll go to second for 1. Over to first in time. 4-6-3 and a thing of beauty. Gregory to Barreras over to Payton. Ladisaw eliminated on the base pass, out as is Britt. Williams does move to third, but now 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, good fielding from GCU on that one. Don't overthink it too much. Gregory Barreras to Payton in the at-bat there. 2 outs now, but you got a runner on third in Williams, who 7 bases stolen this season. He's not going to swipe home at any point, but definitely someone to watch.
First pitch here to Grayson Tatro on the outside. Tatro 342 the average. He'll hit this one up the middle into center field, a base hit. Coming in to score is Williams. Good piece of hitting. Tatro just hits that one right back up the middle, and the Wildcats have cut the deficit in half. Now 2-1 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Grayson Tatro, this is what he does. Wise with the bat and does a good job. Finds the easy gap there on the right side of the infield and drives in a run for ACU.
Tatro, who had a WAC leading 39 RBIs, has just added to that RBI number 40. He's now at first. Here's Tanner Tweed, starting catcher. First pitch from Markle is a good one for a strike. Again, Markle last week struggled versus Seattle U, just an inning and 2/3. Gave up 8 runs, all earned on 7 hits. Did not get the decision as Grand Canyon, there's a check swing foul. Grand Canyon fell behind 8-0 to Seattle U. They had erased that deficit before falling in extra innings. So a no decision for Markle. And that was on Saturday of last week. Again, or check that, it was on Friday because of the Thursday, Friday, Saturday schedule. No miss outside here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We anticipated we might see some runs tonight with these two teams. Both in the top 4 in team batting average in the conference. There's a ball on the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That one just got away from Markle in that situation. Don't overthink it, just field that one and go back at it.
Tweed with a 304 average, one of 5 Wildcats, still above that 300 line. There's a 2-2 runner, well, faked the steal, now a snap throw back to first. Tatro back in. He'll get a chance to get the wheels turning here, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, these two teams, as far as on the base paths, they're completely different. ACU's idea is, hey, high volume steal attempts, see how many we can get. Well, Grand Canyon, they take their opportunities as they come. They got a pretty good percentage on stolen bases.
There's the payoff pitch. This one lifted deep. Giving chases and he'll watch it fly. It's a 2-run home run for Tanner Tweed. On the year, it's home run number 5, RBIs number 20 and 21. Lopes put up 2 in the top of the first. ACU has answered with 3. 3-2 Wildcats.
Yeah, Tanner Tweed, what a job getting under that one. He drives it into left field, and there was no doubt about it. His posture changed immediately the moment the bat left his right hand, and it's just a rough situation here for GCU and Markle. Nothing you can do, though, but recover and turn around and try to approach this game with that knowledge of, hey, we've got a chance to win this one still.
So we get a second look at it here in just a moment. The bases are empty. Here's Maddox Meesey, tonight's starting third baseman. product out of San Antonio. Having a great freshman campaign is Maddox Meese. Here's a ground ball left side, and it's through into left field for a base hit. Barreras at short made a dive but came up empty. And it's hit number 4 in the inning here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Barreras, that's a situation where it's tough because you just see it go right by you. There's nothing you can do but watch it go into the outfield and hope that your outfielder's been paying attention.
Get a second look here at the home run just a moment ago by Tanner Tweed. Boy, high fastball, and he was looking fastball the entire way. And Dill gave it a look but had no chance at that one.
Yeah, that one left its mark on Judge Ely over there in left field, but that one just high up in the zone got a little bit away from Markle. Pitch maybe that he doesn't want to go back to, but if you can use that one effectively in the next few at-bats, it could look good for you.
So Meese now at first, the 2-out single. Here's Bash Randall, tonight's second baseman. He'll hit a ground ball up the middle. Barreras has a chance. He'll go the short way. He'll go to Gregory at second. And the side is retired, but ACU answers with 3 in the bottom of the first. It's a hitter's ballpark tonight. Wildcats a 3-2 lead after 1. All right. Two lead. We move to the top of the second inning. We'll see 7, 8, 9 through the lineup first time here for the Lopes versus Tyler Morgan. Emilio Barreras leading it off. Maxwell Andeal and Zach Gregory here for the Lopes. 3 runs, 4 hits for ACU in the first. 2 runs, 2 hits for Grand Canyon in their first as well. So here's a ball lifted. This will get out of play by Barreras. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Morgan now maybe can settle in and relax a little bit after his offense comes through for him and gives him 3 runs. Didn't know if we would see the offensive side of things tonight or the defensive side of things tonight, but both teams have decided to play a little offense here early. Pitch upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Barreras on the year, his 18th start, 324 the average. He's 1 of 5 Lopes, still above that 300 average on the year. This one's upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. Fastball at 92.
Barreras showing a lot of patience here. Early in this inning, working the 2-1 count, 3-1.
3-1 takes sign all the way. It's off speed in for strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a good offering there from Morgan.
Tyler looks for his second K tonight. Curveball swung on and missed. Good looking pitch there. Backdoor curve. Barreras saw it out of the hand, but just couldn't catch up to it as it came through the zone. Strikeout number 2.
Yeah, just not anything he can do about that one. He knew it. Takes a swing at that one, and Tyler Morgan starting early in this inning.
So 1 up, 1 down. Here's Maxwell Andeal. First pitch, fastball upstairs. And Deal making his 19th start. And he gets the start at shortstop. There's a strike, 1 ball in, 1 strike. Look around the conference tonight, the other series going on. Stephen F. Austin, the hottest team maybe in the league right now. They're at New Mexico State. Sam Houston, the first place team, is at Utah Tech. Ball on the inside. UT Rio Grande Valley is at Utah Valley. It's a battle of the valleys this weekend. Tarleton's on the West Coast. They're at Cal Baptist. UT Arlington also on the West Coast at Sacramento State. Off-speed pitch, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now check that, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a 1-1. This one hit off the end of the bat. Morgan, a nice backhanded stab up over his head. Throw over to Williams. Beautiful play by the junior on the mound. 1-3 on the putout.
Yeah, you said it, 1-3. That's the best play to watch in baseball. Those seem to be exciting every time, and you love it when your pitcher can field a ball like that. Makes a lot less work for the infield, and could have been in the outfield if he wanted it, but a good pick by Morgan there on the mound, gets it over to first.
Well, that's a play on a chopper like that. It either finds its way through into center field, or your middle infielder is going to have a tough time throwing out speed down the line. So Morgan makes it easy on everybody, and he picks it. Again, you get a second look at it here. As Tyler plays this backhanded pick up over the head.
Yeah, no hesitation at all from him. Knew exactly what his job was and elevates that glove just the right amount.
Zach Gregory stepped in, 1-0 count. The second baseman. There's one low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Gregory, 275 the average. Morgan into the line and the pitch. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a 2-1. Boy, that's lifted deep into right field, giving chase his Rook. He's at the warning track. He'll make a leap, and he will not get there. It's a solo home run for Zach Gregory, the grad transfer from the University of Arkansas. And a little homecoming of sorts out of Keller, Texas, in the Metroplex. Solo shot to right, and he's tied us up at 3.
Yeah, what a clutch hit here for Gregory. Even things up between these two teams. That one just got away from Morgan, and he cranked that one. He was kind of unsure of it. Wind kind of blowing in out north, and just really got under that one.
Our ball game tied now here at 3 in the top of the second. Back to the top of the lineup, Homer Bush Jr. Junior first pitch swinging, popped one up, foul territory first base side, and was retired. And this pitch down low for a ball. Bush also making a homecoming of sorts. He's another Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex product in high school, South Lake Carroll High School. So he's back home here. Here's another ball lifted into right. Rook, he's underneath it. A few steps back, now a few steps in, and he'll make the catch. And the side is retired. A 2-out solo home run by Zach Gregory has us tied 1.5 down. GCU 3, ACU 3.
Shortstop, Crew.
Bottom of the second, 3-3 ball game. ACU back to bat, 8-9-1. Crew Park, Holden Rook, and to the top of the lineup with Garrett Williams. Andy Penny alongside Coy Austin. Glad you're with us tonight for Western Athletic Conference Baseball. There's a ground ball. Crew Park hit foul, third base side. 3 runs, 4 hits for ACU. 3 runs, 3 hits thus far for Greg Canyon. Connor Markle back for the second inning of work. 21 pitches in that first inning. The 3 runs on, 4 hits. There's a ball gets away from him on the outside. If you're just tuning in, Markle the start tonight instead of Zach Thornton, the typical Friday night starter or game 1 starter. Thornton, a little hamstring injury has kept him out of the lineup tonight. So there's a ball flared into foul territory. Long run by Peyton, and he'll make the catch in foul territory. Nice play for the first out of the bottom of the second.
Yeah, you don't see a player get excited about catching a foul ball that often, but when he got on his horse, he got out there deep into that foul territory and was able to get a glove on it. You gotta feel good about that if you're playing out there in the outfield.
That's a great play. The way the wind blows tonight, the wind pushed that one back into play. It's blowing in from first base, the first base line. That one kept it in the ballpark. Nice play over there by Peyton for the first out. Here's Holden Rook, tonight's right fielder. Rook ended the top of the second with a nice play out in right field. Now he's at the dish. He'll show bunt, pull it back. Pitch misses on the inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Rook starting to get a little more playing time here for the Wildcats. His 8th start of the year. 357 is the average. He's hitting it really well. There's a ball fouled back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rook, the freshman out of the Woodlands, down in the Houston area, suburbs of H-Town. This is the 2-1. This one lifted. Foul territory again. Peyton gives chase. Buckley, the catcher, gives chase. Peyton will call off Buckley and make his 2nd consecutive catch in foul territory. The second out here at the bottom of the second.
With a good fielding opportunity there for Peyton. Really just all over the field on these, and good work here so far from Markle in this inning, though, keeping the ball down, keeping contact to a minimum, and getting rid of that ACU power.
Top of the lineup, Garrett Williams, first pitch swinging, high chopper up the middle, underneath the glove of Barreras, and into center field. So Williams is on for the second time in 2 plate appearances, and it is given a hit. That would have been a tough play at first anyway, but Barreras just watched that one go up under the glove.
Yeah, Turf just eats that one up. There's nothing he could do other than give chase at it and see what he could make of it out in the outfield, and that's why you do have your outfielders. Bush made a good play on that one, and runner on first now, Williams.
There's Miller Ladisaw, 1 for 1 with a single. Throw over to first. Williams back in. And Wildcats like to steal bases. They're 50 for 60 on the year. Williams is 7 for 9 on the base pass. Markle gives him a long look over at first, and now will come to the plate. And this one hits Ladisaw. And Miller will be on for the second time in 2 plate appearances.
Tough it out. Take one for the team, Miller Ladisaw. No care in the world. He took his base with pride.
So what looked like it was going to be a pretty simple inning is now turned into 2 on with 2 outs. And a visit from the Grand Canyon dugout, third base side. We'll be here all weekend on ESPN Plus. This game 1 of the 3-game series. We're back with you Saturday at 3 o'clock, Sunday at 1. There's the head man, Rick McCarty, for the Wildcats, 5th season as the head man, 122 wins, 93 losses. He's done some great stuff with this program in his 5 years as at the helm.
Yeah, in his theory going into these games, let's get some power hitters, let's get some guys that can go on base. You compare that to GCU. These are 2 teams that are on 2 different trains, you could say, going to the same destination.
Yeah, we talked about that. He actually talked about that if you had a chance to listen to the Western Athletic Conference podcast this week. He was the guest on that podcast, and he talked about that. 2 different brands of baseball between these 2 teams, Grand Canyon and ACU. So here's the first offering to Logan Britt, and misses for a ball. ACU more of a power team. See more home runs come out of this lineup. Grand Canyon is looking to get bat to ball, more ground balls, just put pressure on a defense to make plays. So far, both have proven successful tonight for the offenses. Britt swings through an off-speed pitch at 76. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and this is one of those guys that, for Coach Rick McCarty, he can do exactly what Coach wants. He can hit it as hard as he wants him to, but he can also get on base a lot, and that's really important to this program.
2 balls and 1 strike. Grand Canyon, of course, the team that everybody's trying to get to. 2 years ago, they win the WAC tournament, get into the NCAA regional. Last year, they fall short in the WAC tournament, but the overall regular season record good enough for an at-large bid. So they are the standard in the WAC. As Britt will hit one ground ball to second. Gregory will go over to first in plenty of time, 4-3. And the side is retired. Our first 0 on the scoreboard comes in the bottom of the second. We're tied at 3, headed to 3. Second time through. GCU had 2 in the first. ACU answered with 3 in the bottom of the first. A Zach Gregory solo home run in the top of the second, tying us at 3, and that's where we are now. Verduzco 1 for 1 tonight, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. So here's the 0-1 pitch from Tyler Morgan in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Morgan threw 2 innings tonight, 40 pitches, 2 strikeouts. Chance for number 3 here in the 0-2. This fouled off third base side.
Really interesting foul swing on that one.
Protect the plate.
Yeah, he caught the toe of the bat on that, and really good plate protection, like you said, in this situation. You try to get on early this season. Leadoff batters batting .261 against Morgan so far. So if you could start this inning off really well, that'd be a solid thing for this team.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball fouled back to the screen. 94 on the gun. They're on the fastball. Verduzco, an all-WAC defensive player last year. He's been in this lineup a long time. All-WAC honorable mention as a freshman 2 years ago. There's the Morgan 0-2 again. Off-speed pitch. Hit the opposite way. Randall at second base has it. And throw over to Williams. High throw, but in time. 4-3 on the putout. 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, Andy, that ball had a lot of spin on it off the bat. Really difficult fielding situation, but Bash Randall handles it well. A little high on the throw over to Williams, but that's why you keep your first baseman tall and long. And that'll bring up Zach York.
Designated hitter Zach York.
0 for 1 tonight, a ground out to second base as well. Tonight's designated hitter. Good-looking specimen, 6'2", 290. Wildcats do play heavy on the right side. Again, Randall at second base deep. A couple steps in the outfield grass. Crew Park, the shortstop, plays up the middle. There's a look at Park playing up the middle. Anticipating a pull swing here from York. So there's the 2-0. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 2-1. Good looking pitch there. Does not get the call. Curveball at 87.
Yeah, that was a rough call on that pitch on that one. You could hear the displeasure probably in the crowd, but a little disappointment, but see what Morgan can do.
3-1's in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The freshman out of Campbell, California, Zach York. 3-2 here from Morgan. Ground ball, long run, Randall, backhanded stab, no chance for a throw. And it's an infield single here for York. With 1 out in the third.
Yeah, York hit that one hard, and he had to give chase on it. There's probably no telling how fast that one was coming off the bat, but good handle by Bash Randall, but couldn't get it over to first in time, and York's got him a single with 1 out.
I think if the shift is not on, if ACU's not quite as heavy on the right side, Randall's is at normal position. If he's at normal position there at second base, that's an easy ground out. But because he was to the right of his normal position and deep in the hole, went for a long run. He does make the backhanded stab, but no chance at a throw. So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Elijah Berees. Walked in the first, came around to score on the 2-run double by Eli Payton. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Grand Canyon came into town yesterday. Got a workout in last night here at ACU. Again, they'll get the state of Texas for almost a full week here. Here's a ball down in the dirt. Nice stop by Tweed behind the plate.
Yeah, there's a lot that comes with a travel schedule like that, Andy. You know, these teams, you know, these are students. You know, they've got class, they've got to focus on other things, and when you're on the road as much as you're going to be in this conference, that only adds to your stress level, but also when you get on the diamond, you got to put that behind you.
There's a 2-1 lifted in the infield, right side. Randall at second base. He's underneath it. He'll make the catch. Pop up to 4. And second out in the inning. Yeah, you're so right. These guys put a lot of miles on their body, especially in this Western Athletic Conference. When you look at all the way from the Rio Grande Valley up to Seattle, Washington, everywhere in between, it seems like. It's good to have the balanced schedule again. Last year they had the two divisions, the West and the Southwest, and I don't know if the WAC got a good database of quality of baseball all the way across the board. So not quite a balanced schedule this year. 13 teams in the conference, just 10 conference schedules. So everybody misses 2 opponents throughout the conference schedule. But much more balanced than it was a year ago. So here's a ball by Peyton, fouled right side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grand Canyon on their schedule, they miss Stephen F. Austin and UT Arlington, so two teams out of Texas. ACU misses Utah Valley and New Mexico State. 2 teams on the other side. As Peyton will lift this one left center field fairly deep. Tatro and Britt giving chase, and they will watch this one go over the wall. Eli Peyton's having himself a night. It's a 2-out, 2-run home run here in the top of the 3rd. His 3rd and 4th RBIs tonight. Grand Canyon back on top, a 5-3 lead.
Yeah, he's towing the line for the Lopes this evening. An absolutely massive shot into left center field. As you can see, that one catches way too much up in the zone, and he took advantage of it. Batting practice in that situation. And he tees one off, and you got to feel good about that if you're Peyton.
Again, Peyton came in tonight with just 8 RBIs, already 4 tonight here in the top of the 3rd. GCU back on top. The bases are empty again. There's Josh Buckley. You know, it's nights like tonight when you have guys like Jacob Wilson out of the lineup, Tyler Wilson out of the lineup, who can step up and make plays. Thus far, it's been Eli Peyton.
Yeah.
GCU's been on the scoreboard all 3 innings.
Yeah, coming into this game, GCU only 24 home runs this season compared to 35 from ACU. They've already got 2 so far in this game. Feeling themselves a little bit tonight.
And again, going back to a conversation with Rick McCarty, he talked about different brands of baseball. The teams in Texas, a little bit more power. The teams out in California like to play bat to ball, get the ball in play on the ground, and force defenses to make plays, but not tonight. Grand Canyon getting 2 long balls already. 2-2 count here to Josh Buckley. Swung in and missed. Strike 3, and the side is retired. But Eli Peyton gives the visitors the lead back with a 2-run home run. 5-3 Lopes after 2.5. Eli Peyton, the 2-run home run, has given Grand Canyon the lead back here, 5-3. We move to the bottom of the 3rd. 5 runs, 5 hits for the visiting Lopes. 3 runs, 5 hits for the hometown Wildcats. They'll get their chance to respond here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tatro, Tweed, and Meese. Second time through. It's Connor Markle, the lefty. His first offering of the bottom of the 3rd down in the dirt. Tatro tonight, 1 for 1, an RBI single back in the 1st. Markle into the line. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, Tatro wanted that one back. He really thought he had a swing on that one. Too much movement on it, and a good pitch from Markle puts a strike on the board.
There's a 1-1, and this one lifted. Tatro, right center field. Bush giving chase, as is Verduzco, and they'll watch this one fly. The West Texas win helped push that one out over the 380 sign, and right center field. Grayson Tatro, a solo home run. It's 5-4 Grand Canyon.
Yeah, you said exactly what I was thinking, Andy. The moment that ball came off the bat, it didn't sound like he got all of it. There wasn't as much of as an oomph. We're here with the windows open up in the press box, and Tatro was just running it out, and I don't know if he thought it was going to go or not, but nevertheless a home run, and it's a one-run ball game now.
Tatro's team-leading 10th home run of the year, RBI number 41, which leads the conference. Led the conference to start the weekend with 39. He's added 2 more here tonight. You can see the flags here in Abilene. A solid 20 to 25 mile an hour breeze tonight, and it is really blowing right field pole to left field pole. It's a hitter's ballpark to left field, but Tatro kind of cut the wind and got enough of that breeze to get it out of here. Now here's a ball lifted to left field and deep as well, and Tanner Tweed has left the yard for the second time tonight. Back-to-back solo home runs for the Wildcats. And again, Tanner, a 2-run home run in the first, solo home run here in the third. We're back to even. It's a 5-5 ball game.
Yeah, these two teams, they wasted no time getting back to each other. They're hanging on to each other like a moth on a flame, and in this situation, these two teams have really shot out, and they're using this win to their advantage. Tweed, that last home run was a 2-out situation, and this situation, he wasted no time watching that one, saw his pitch and drove it. Tough situation.
Home run number 6 on the year for Tanner. RBI number 22. Well, this is one of those games of a couple times you're like, well, crud, they scored 2. That could be tough. No, not tonight. Home run derby is going on here in Abilene tonight. Already 5 home runs collectively between the two teams. Maddox Meese tonight, 1 for 1, a single. Back in the first. Off-speed pitch from Markle, 76. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Not what I anticipated, I got to be honest. I was anticipating low-scoring pitching tonight, but the offensive, the bats have come to life. Meese will fly out to Bush in center field. First out here at the bottom of the third.
Yeah, and it's been said, you know, these two teams, they're pretty evenly matched, and so far throughout this, they've shown that.
There's Bash Randall 0 for 1. Fielder's choice in the first. Markle 43 pitches thus far through 2 1/3. Not a big strikeout pitcher, doesn't have one. The Wildcats are good about bat to ball as well. They're going to put a ball in play. Last year, a little bit more power, even though we've seen 3 home runs tonight. Last season, a little bit more power from this Wildcat team, which meant a few more strikeouts too. This year, much more consistent. As Coach McCarty talked about bat to ball, put the ball in play, and let things happen. It's 2 balls and 1 strike here to Randall. There's the 2-1. Good looking pitch from Markle. Off speed at 77. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Markle into the wide and the 2-2. That misses. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
If you watch these pitches being thrown, there's a lot of good glove work going on behind the dish from Buckley, framing up the pitches and digging in the dirt on some of them.
And there's a strikeout right on cue. First one tonight. Good pitch by Markle, off speed at 76. Randall swung through it. He's down on strikes. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, really good job from Markle Hill, putting those home runs behind him and looking towards the future. Gets a fly out and a strikeout here. Now he has 2 outs, and he's got a chance to get out of this inning with minimal damage done.
And here's Crew Park, 0 for 1. Park flew out, foul territory, first baseline. Great running catch by Eli Payton in foul territory. So 0 for 1. Swing and a miss, and 1 ball and 1 strike. We hadn't talked on it much, but these two teams played heck of a series last year in the WAC tournament. Did not play in the regular season, but then played 3 times out in Mesa in the WAC tournament. There's an off-speed pitch down low. ACU the better of GCU, 2 out of 3. Grand Canyon won the opening night. ACU had to battle through the loser's bracket, the consolation bracket. Had to beat Grand Canyon twice, and they were able to do that. As that pitch just misses. Boy, Markle thought he had strike 3. He doesn't get the call. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the line, the payoff pitch. This one lifted. Long run, third base side. Barees, foul territory. Underneath it, he'll make the catch. Pop up to 5. And the side is retired. Souvenir baseballs at 400 feet tonight. Grayson Tatro a home run. Tanner Tweed a home run. We're tied at 5. Runs collectively for the two teams. 5 runs, 7 hits for ACU. 5 runs, 5 hits thus far for Grand Canyon. It's Tyler Morgan back on the mound. He'll see 7, 8, and 9. Barreras, Andiel, and Gregory here in the 4th. Glad you're with us. Andy Penny alongside Coy Austin. Coy, a lot of offense tonight.
Yeah, and right now Morgan, he's working pretty good on the pitch count. About 62 pitches. That was 63 right there, but an hour exactly for 3 innings between these two teams, averaging about 20 minutes, which for an offensive battle like this has been not too terrible for these two teams.
Morgan behind here 2-0 to Barreras. A strikeout victim his first time, now 3 balls and no strikes. This ball game's had a good flow to it, good pace, good offense. We've seen some defense being played, some strikeouts by both pitchers. This 3-0 stays outside for ball 4. And now leadoff 4-pitch walk here for Barreras. First time tonight the Lopes have had the leadoff man on. Not that it's really mattered. Plenty of offense to go. And here's Maxwell Andiel. 0 for 1 tonight. Hit a chopper right back up the middle. Morgan made a backhanded stab up over his head and threw over to first base 1-3. Morgan lets the fastball get away from him up the stairs. 92 on the gun, but ball 1.
Yeah, and what's been interesting also is how these pitchers have responded to those fireworks. There hasn't exactly been an opening of the floodgate between either team in an inning. It's just been situational. You know, they walked someone, they moved on to second, there was a bouncer out into right field, there's a home run. You know, it's not exactly like a massive influx of runs.
There's a 2-0. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. It's not sloppy baseball by any stretch. It's just right now the batter is beating the pitcher in one-on-one matchups, taking advantage of situations. You see Barreras over at first, a nice lead. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Some foul right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sun will become a factor here over the course of the next 45 minutes to an hour. It sets in the West Texas skies. The shadows creep in first base side, but that sun will be in the eyes of the left side of the infield and out in left field pretty heavily here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. 2-2 here to Andiel. This one ripped, but foul, third base side.
Yeah, and Andiel just a little bit early on his swing there, fouls it off to the left side. That one could have been trouble if he'd been a little bit more patient on his swing. Lucky situation there for Morgan.
Two balls and 2 strikes. There's the 2-2. Curveball stays out. And a full count here to Andiel. Andiel out of California, made his way to Arizona and GCU. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Good looking pitch there for Morgan for his 4th strikeout tonight.
Yeah, you and me, we talked about this a little bit during the break earlier. Morgan's got his strikeout pitch going, that's for sure. When he's got him teed up, he can knock him down, and a good swing and a miss there for Morgan rebounds him from the walk.
And here's Zach Gregory, 1 for 1 tonight. Solo home run back in the second. First offering here from Morgan, and misses for a ball. Again, Gregory, the solo home run over the right field wall. He tied us up at 3, that back in the second inning. Graduate student to transfer from University of Arkansas. Here's a pitch, and misses. I believe Arkansas and Grand Canyon met up last year in the regional, NCAA regional. They were at Oklahoma State and Stillwater. Arkansas the better of Grand Canyon that day. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. That'll miss. 3 balls and no strikes. Top of the lineup waits on deck, Homer Bush Jr. A little bit of action down in the ACU bullpen for the first time behind the right field wall. Light throwing going on. So there's a 3-0. Take sign and a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Morgan will come set. He'll check Barreras over at first. And the 3-1. That'll stay downstairs. Second walk of the inning. Gregory to first. Barreras up to second. 2 on, 1 out. And the top of the lineup again, Homer Bush Jr.
Yeah, and this is a tough situation right here with Morgan. You know, you've got him up to 73 pitches. You're only 4 innings into this one. It's not an absolutely terrible number, but it's definitely something, if you're Coach Rick McCarty, you got to start thinking about, okay, you know, what's my strategy? Who am I going to go to? And here comes Coach right now.
Again, I don't know if this will be a change or not. He is looking down to the bullpen, but the bullpen just now starting to break. I think this is just an opportunity for the bullpen to start getting loose.
Yeah, you know, and this could be just the normal conversation. You know, bring your pitcher down a little bit, remind him, hey, let's get some soft contact here. Maybe try to set up for a double play. Maybe try to get out of this inning. Obviously nothing here to worry about too much if you're Morgan. It's just 2 runners on. You have the benefit of 1 out and the force.
A 5-5 game, top of the 4th. Runs have been aplenty. Home runs have been aplenty tonight if you're just tuning in. 5 home runs total between the 2 teams. Grand Canyon with 2, ACU with 3. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Wildcats. 5 runs on 5 hits thus far for the Lopes. Grand Canyon with 2 in the top of the first. A 2-out, 2-run double by Eli Payton. ACU responded with 3 in the bottom of the first. An RBI single by Grayson Tatro, a 2-run home run by Tanner Tweed. Zach Gregory, a solo home run in the top of the second, tied us at 3. Grand Canyon then 2 runs in the top of the third, a 2-run home run by Payton. ACU responded with 2 solo home runs in the bottom of the third, Grayson Tatro and Tanner Tweed. Now 2 on, 1 out, and Homer Bush, the top of the lineup. And first pitch misses for a ball. If you recognize that name, yep, Homer Bush. His dad played in the major leagues for 7 years. So this Homer Bush Jr. at the plate. Here's a 1-0. Misses 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Junior, he's also a heck of a ball player this season. 3rd in the WAC in batting average, finds himself 2nd in on-base percentage. Really doing a nice job of leading this team. Leads them in doubles and hits and runs. So taking advantage of every at-bat this season, Homer Bush Jr.
There's a 2-0. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Southlake, Texas is home. Actually, 2 high school teammates of Bush on the ACU roster. Adam Stevenson, Jack Nielsen, both high school teammates of Bush there. They won a couple state championships there at Southlake Carroll. There's the 3-0. Take sign all the way. It's a fastball at 91. 3 balls and 1 strike. Barreras at second, Gregory at first. Both reached courtesy of the free pass. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Morgan the 3-1. Another fastball, another good-looking fastball. Counts full at 3-2.
Yeah, Morgan, a good pitch there. Found a groove up the middle. Pretty solid situation. A good-looking pitch there, and Bush now got to catch his breath and look back in.
ACU infield plays at double play depth. They're deep all the way around. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the kick and the payoff pitch. Off-speed pitch. This one lifted into right center field. It'll fall in front of Rook in right. Runners had to hold to make sure it was going to fall. Everybody moves up station to station. Barreras to third, Gregory to second. And Homer Bush Jr. his first hit tonight. He's at first. Grand Canyon's 6th hit as a team. The bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, and that's how you lead your team in hitting right there. He hits one right out into the gap. Nothing but a little floater, but those are the most dangerous ones you can bring to the diamond during the day, and good job there from Bush. Loads the bases here in a really good situation for Verduzco. No at-bats this season for him with bases loaded.
He's 1 for 2 tonight, a single in the first, and a ground out. First pitch, fastball for a strike. This is a tense moment. It's really the first time. I know there's still 5+, almost 6 innings of baseball to go, but put an asterisk by this at bat here, Morgan and Verduzco. 5-5 game, top of the 4th. We're still tied at 5. Change the scoreboard. One ball and 1 strike. The 1-1, fastball in for a strike. It's 1-2. It's an ACU defense that's turned 27 double plays this year. They're 4th in the country in fielding percentage at .985. If you're a Wildcat fan, this is where you love for a little 6-4-3. Morgan set. The 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch lifted right side. Williams will give chase, the first baseman. This one will get into the stands. It hits off the roof of the first base dugout and into the stands. We'll do 1-2 again.
Yeah, I'm surprised on that foul ball. The wind didn't help out the Wildcats a little bit more and didn't bring it in. That one was so close to being within play.
And the wind pushing in from right field. First base line out to left field. Just enough to carry that one out of the reach of Garrett Williams. We'll do 1-2 again. Barreras at third, Gregory at second, Bush Jr. at first. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul out of play again. We'll do 1-2 again. So these teams are chasing Sam Houston, the conference leader at 12-3. Stephen F. Austin in second place at 10-5. ACU half a game back at 8-4. Grand Canyon a half game back of ACU at 9-6. 1-2 again here to Verduzco. Defensive swing, hits another one, foul territory. Long run for Williams and a dive. He'll come up empty. Oh, and they'll say he caught it. Wow, a runner will tag and score, which is Barreras. That ball skipped in. Williams sold it well, and the umpire said out. Barreras does tag and score. ACU will appeal down to third for no tag, but the appeal does not work. So it is an out in foul territory. But Barreras was smart, tagged, and came in to score, and Grand Canyon a 6-5 lead. I don't know if you saw it, but that ball skipped into Williams' glove, and he sold it well.
Yeah, and Williams in that situation, I think he was focused a little too much on selling in that situation and not thinking about what would go down at the plate and the run crosses. So, say a beneficial out there for Grand Canyon.
So 6-5 now, Lopes lead. Here's Zach York. First pitch lifts one into right field fairly deep. Rook giving chase. He won't get there. One hops the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes a second. Bush around third, and he will score standing up. It's a 2-out double for Zach York. And the Lopes scored 3 more here in the 4th inning. It's 8-5 GCU.
Yeah, really hard ball to handle there off the wall. Rook gets it in time, but hey, it empties the bases and a good piece of hitting there for York. Well, that's an interesting case study about the shift. Does it really work? Does it not really work? If you're a good enough hitter, it doesn't matter if they do the shift or not. You're going to find a way to get one down and in the outfield.
York's 2 for 3 tonight. Single, now a double, and 2 RBIs. And now time called. Here comes Rick McCarty again. Second time in the inning we've seen Coach McCarty. And this will probably be the call to the bullpen.
Yeah, 91 pitches. You've got to think he's got to be thinking bullpen here. Morgan, this is usually about his number, 91 to 105. Those are the pitches he'll see in a game, and it's just a tough deal that through 4 2/3 that's going to be the situation. It looks like, at least.
Again, a long conversation, and here is the call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new Wildcat pitcher here in just a moment. Grand Canyon, an 8-5 lead, 2 outs, top of the 4th. And Coach McCarty will go to another right-hander here is Sam Berberich, the 5'11 junior out of Terrell, Texas, back on the mound here with a runner on second and 2 outs.
Yeah, Berberich this season got a little roughed up versus SEMO a couple weeks back, but hey, he's been hot recently and has done a pretty good job, and really good selection here if you're going to go to the bullpen in this situation.
His 8th appearance of the year, 6 innings of work, all in relief. First pitch here to Eliza Bariz is a strike. 9 is the ERA for Sam. Coming off maybe his most impressive performance on Tuesday night, the midweek versus TCU. 2 2/3, no runs, 2 hits for Sam in relief. Sidewinder, there's a foul back to the screen. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes here to Elijah Bariz. Grand Canyon with 3 in the inning. They've scored in all 4 tonight. 2 in the first, 1 in the second. 2 in the third, 3 more here in the 4th. This 8-5 lead. Zach York at second base. The 2-run double just a moment ago that chased Tyler Morgan, the starter, out of here tonight. There's an 0-2 fouled off. We'll do 0-2 again. Can't quite close the line yet on Morgan with York out at second base. No balls and 2 strikes here to Bariz. Berberich comes set. He'll give a look out at second. The 0-2 fouled back again.
Yeah, he flirted on the inside with that one. It's a really tough one to square up and foul off. So if you're in this situation where you're kind of battling for life metaphorically in this situation, you got to see what you can do on that one and be careful on your swing. You don't want to pop that one up.
The 0-2, this one fouled at the plate. Goes into fair territory, but hits off of Bariz and into fair territory, and we'll do 0-2 again. And we talked about the WAC standing. Sam Houston at first at 12-3. Stephen F. Austin in second at 10-5. That's a baseball team playing some good baseball now. It's Stephen F. Austin. Remember that ACU swept SFA to start conference play. So SFA started 0-3. Now 10-5, and they've crept all the way up to second place. Halfway through the 30-game conference season. There's the 0-2. That's on the outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this conference really, it's kind of like basketball. You know, everyone overlooks this conference in those situations, and you turn around and start looking at the teams, and you're like, wow, there's some real talent here. You got guys that are in the MLB pipeline list. You've got players that are Golden Spikes candidates. All sorts of stuff.
There's a ball lifted, shallow right field. Rook coming in. He will make the catch, and the side is retired. 3 more runs, though, for Grand Canyon. They're back on top. 8-5 Los, 3.5 in. Texas Crutcher Scott Field, campus of Abilene Christian University. You can see the sun starting to set here in the Central Time Zone. As we get past the 7 o'clock hour, well, 7:30 almost here. 8-5 Grand Canyon on top as we move to the bottom of the 4th. And Holden Rook here against Connor Markle, who really settled in after back-to-back home runs. Retired the last 3 of the 3rd. Rook will start off, though, with a flare into center field, and it'll fall in the green turf of center field. And it's a leadoff single here for Holden Rook.
What a pretty piece of hitting on this one. Puts a good swing on it and just floats one out behind second base. You're on first now. Good start to the inning for the Wildcats.
Hit number 8 tonight for ACU. And the leadoff man on for the third time in 4 innings. Top of the lineup, here's Garrett Williams. 1 for 1 with a walk. He's been on both times. First pitch outside for a ball. We close the line on Tyler Morgan, ACU's starting pitcher tonight. 3 2/3 innings of work, 8 runs, all earned on 7 hits. 91 pitches. 4 strikeouts tonight, 3 walks for Tyler on the mound.
Yeah, and we were talking during the break, and you mentioned it. 3 walks in that game. All 3 came around and scored, and it's a situation you've seen with ACU a lot this year. The walks really come back and bite them.
So here's Williams. He'll flare one into right field. That'll find the green turf as well for another single. Back-to-back singles here to start the 4th. Rook up to second. The Wildcat hit parade continues.
Yeah,
2 on, nobody out.
And there is action in the GCU bullpen now, and one of these tough situations where you go right back into it. This ACU offense didn't cool down at all during the top of this inning, and here we go now. 5 runners on first and second, and tying run back at the plate already.
Here's Miller Lattisaw. He's been on twice tonight. Singled in the first, hit by a pitch in the second. First pitch misses for a ball. Again, if you're just tuning in tonight, Connor Markle to start. Zach Thornton, the typical Friday night Game 1 starter, has twinged a hamstring. Was not ready tonight. We anticipate we might see him before the weekend is over. Sunday starter for Coach Greg Wallace is to be determined, and we think that will be Zach Thornton if he's ready to go.
Yeah, and that'd be an interesting matchup. You know, let's say it's a rubber game. That's a good situation right there. This is a big game. We talk about how the NCAA tournament works. You have your at-large bids, which GCU was one last year, but you have to win your conference too. And these are 2 teams you could make a case for in that situation. So this is a big series for both these teams.
So there's a 3-0 fastball. Take sign from Lattisaw. 3 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, the thing Grand Canyon did really well last year to get the at-large bid was they won their midweek games versus Power 5s and RPI teams. They beat Texas Tech twice last year, Arizona State, Oregon State. Had some quality wins. As here's ball 4 to Lattisaw, and the bases are loaded here for the Wildcats. Rook to third. Williams now at second. Lattisaw at first. Bases loaded. Nobody out in the heart of the lineup coming. Here comes Logan Britt.
Yeah, and this is a tough situation right here. You can't really get out of this situation either unless you can produce a ground ball. You got Britt, Tatro, Tweed, Misi, Randall, Park, and Rook. You can't really escape this ACU lineup, and got to start working now and figuring out what you can do. Toughest situation in baseball, bases loaded and no outs, and let's see how Markle performs under this pressure.
Britt with 8 home runs on the season. He's 0 for 2 tonight. 2 groundouts, 1 into a double play. He swings through an off-speed pitch at 76, and it's 0-1. Britt, the WAC Conference Hitter of the Week, the first week of the season back in February, after an impressive weekend versus University of Nevada. Ball down the dirt. Nice stop by Buckley behind the plate, 1-1.
Yeah, Britt transferred out of Texas A&M, and he's one of these guys that you look at and you're like, this is the amount of quality players in Division I baseball where they can just sort in and out of colleges and come to a program and play so well when they get the time and get the at-bats.
Here's a 1-1. This one lifted into center field. Could be trouble. Bush, a long run. He will make the catch in the gap. Runners able to tag. Rook will come in and score. It'll go as a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Logan Britt. And ACU back within 2 here. It's 8-6, bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and this is where having that speed in center field with Bush works out well. He gets a good grab on that one and gets the ball in quickly. And you don't want to worry about those too much, but that could have been trouble, and Bush was on his horse out in center field.
And it looks like we might have our first pitching change tonight for the Lopes, and there is the call to the bullpen. So Wildcats have runners on the corners, 1 out, and an 8-6 lead. Take out the new Grand Canyon pitcher after this. 8-6, bottom of the fourth. Our first pitching change for Grand Canyon, as we'll see Cody Tucker come in after the Holden Rook score on the Logan Britt sacrifice fly. 8-6, Grand Canyon has the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Rook able to score. It'll chase Connor Markle out of the game. The runs continue here for both teams, bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, and it's an interesting switch there. You go to the righty in this situation, and not exactly the best numbers this season so far for Tucker. His last appearance on the 7th, 1 inning, 2 runs for 2 hits versus Seattle U in that loss for GCU.
The senior right-handed pitcher, transfer from Cal Bakersfield, meets Community College. Start off Grayson Tatro with off-speed pitch at 78. Runners on the corners here. Williams able to tag second to third as well. So he's at third. Ladisaw at first. And pitch to Tatro misses for a ball, 1-1. Tatro hot bat tonight. He's 2 for 2, an RBI single in the first, a solo home run in the third. WAC leading RBIs number 40 and 41. Chance for another one here. Here's a 1-1 down on the shoe tops. Good stop again by Buckley. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Buckley, I've talked about it a lot tonight. Making a lot of good work behind the dish. Going to be interesting to see throughout this weekend series how he does and how he performs with that glove.
Tucker comes set. Long look in this time. Now the kick. And good looking pitch there. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tatro has the numbers. We talked about this earlier. Has the numbers with runners on base. 448 is his batting average with runners on. 436 with runners in scoring position. That's a heck of a stat right there for this guy.
There's a 2-2. Again, low and inside.
That's got to be a tough pitch to take there. You're going to be biting your fingernails watching one come in at you like that, and hope that he doesn't call it a strike, but call there for Tatro is what he wanted.
Payoff pitch down low for ball 4. Well, it's a great at bat for Tatro. That'll load the bases up again. Ladisaw now at second.
Yes, walk number 20 this season for Tatro. Definitely a hitter, and to 39 strikeouts this season. So a good at bat from him. A lot of patience on that. A couple that I probably would have even swinged at if I were him, but gets on base and loads the bags for, well, maybe the hottest ACU hitter right now.
I was about to say, if you're a Wildcat fan, this is the guy you want at the plate with bases loaded. Already 2 home runs tonight, Tanner Tweed. 2-run home run in the first, solo home run in the third. Tucker will start him with a curveball out of the zone. Josh Buckley, a great job behind the dish there. Keeps that one out in front. There you see Williams at third. Ladisaw at second, Tatro at first. An 8-6 Grand Canyon lead, bottom of the fourth. There's a 1-0. This one ripped but foul right side. Challenged with a fastball at 94.
A lot of power from Tweed on that one. Got to be thinking right here, okay, ground ball, what do we need to do to get that double play, get out of the hurt here, see what we can do.
Grand Canyon already 1 double play tonight. They're 24th of the season. Would love to get a second here if you're a Lopes fan. Here's a ball hit right back up the middle. This will sneak through into center field, a base hit. Williams is in. Here comes Ladisaw right behind him. The Wildcats have responded again here in the bottom of the fourth. It's a 2-run single for Tanner Tweed. We're tied at 8.
Yeah, these two teams, it looks like they love to share that lead, and here ACU ties it back up, and just a good piece of hitting from Tweed. He didn't overthink it at all. Shot it where he needed to, right up the middle. Not too difficult to field, and Bush makes the play on it. But 2 runs cross for ACU. They tie it back up.
Tatro stops at second, so runners at first and second. But still just 1 out in the inning. And an 8-8 ball game. Here's Maddox Meesey, 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch on the inside. Still can't close the line quite yet. Or actually, maybe we can on Markle, because the 2 on the base pass are now courtesy of Cody Tucker. There's a 1-0 to Meesey. That's on the inside. 2 balls and no strikes. I tell you a side story. now that's opening up this weekend. It's a battle of attrition of this pitching staff. We're just in the bottom of the fourth, already into the bullpens for both teams, and an 8-8 ball game. So here's 2-0 misses, 3 balls and no strikes. And now it's a wear and tear all weekend long. What pitcher can take control and eat up some innings here? 3-0 to Misi. Takes sign all the way, and it's inside for ball 4. Tucker a little frustrated there. He thought he caught the black of the plate, doesn't get the call. It's loaded the bases up again as Tatro to third, Tweed now at second, Misi at first.
Yeah, 3 walks this inning for ACU, and another good take there. We're wondering what Coach Rick McCarty probably said to them before they went out there. Maybe, hey, take some patience to your at-bats, kind of like GCU did in the top of this inning, and it's paying dividends now. And 8-8 ball game, bases loaded for a really good hitter in Bash Randall.
Bash 0 for 2 tonight. Fielder's choice in a strikeout. First offering from Tucker, and it's a ball. It's 1-0. Boy, Tucker really frustrated, showing some frustration out there on the mound.
Having some difficulty.
Actually, check that. It was a long hold, but it is a strike, and it's 0-1. I thought the reaction from Tucker, it was a ball, but it was a strike. Now here's the 0-1. There's another strike. No balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of good action and movement on that pitch. Found the inside of the zone, and here he is ahead in the count 0-2 against Bash Randall, and see what he can do here with the payoff pitch.
There's the 0-2, and that is in for a strike. For our umpire tonight, Matthew Stelgis is not quick to make a strikeout call, but that was a backwards K in strike 3, second out of the inning. And Bash knew it too. I think Bash was looking something else there at 0-2. Fastball 94 went right by.
Yeah, that's a tough situation when you're a hitter like Bash Randall. You got to feel like you could have done something differently, but you got to regroup and come back later in the game. You're going to have more chances.
Put it on the shoulders of Crew Park here with the bases loaded. Ground ball to third. Barise has it cleanly. Throws to second, and the throw's off the mark. Everybody's safe. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. The ball gets back to the backstop. And 2 runs have scored. Tatro and Tweed score on the play. It's at least 1 error on the play. Simple ground ball to Barise. He goes the short way to second. Second baseman Gregory was not to the bag yet. Then Gregory's throw coming home is not fielded cleanly by Buckley. A great look at it. 2 runs score, and ACU a 10-8 lead.
Yeah, ACU now leading for the first time since the first inning. 18 runs through 4 innings, and just a rough situation on that one. Going to be an interesting look at the scorecard here on what they're going to score that as, but the wild throw does not come to pass for the Lopes.
And now Rook, first pitch swinging, ground ball to Barise. He'll go the long way this time over to first. That one is in time. But the Wildcats, a 5-run inning. They've got the lead 10-8 after 4. Wildcats will move to the top of the 5th inning. The Wildcats score 2 runs courtesy of 2 errors on 1 play. A ground ball to third base. Barise decides to go to second to try to get the out. The throw was off the mark. Then Gregory's throw coming home was off the mark as well. You can see 2 runs score there as Tatro and Tweed both slide in safely. Wildcats a 10-8 lead.
Yeah, you can say they were safe, but I don't know if Tweed was too safe the way he was looking after that slide. But really difficult inning. 5 runs for GCU. You've got to figure that's a tough way to go on that one, and you've still got some innings to play here. Let's hope that they can find their groove again. Obviously, it's been a very back-and-forth game, and it's only 2 runs. But all that work GCU did in the top of the 4th has come and turned into a situation where it's a tough one now.
10 runs, 10 hits, no errors for ACU. 8 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors now for Grand Canyon, and ACU 10-8 lead. Third pitcher of the night here for ACU coming in and taking over on the mound is the left-hander, the senior 6'1" out of Southlake, Adam Stevenson. on the mound here. Number 16 will take over here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, Stevenson, his last appearance was against Sam Houston. 6 innings with 1 run and 5 hits. Pretty good performance from him on 90 pitches. So maybe a long option here for ACU to see what they can do.
Lefty-lefty matchup to start for Stevenson here. He'll face Eli Payton, the toughest out tonight, the hottest bat for the Lopes. 2 for 2 tonight. A 2-run double, a 2-run home run. So 4 RBIs here for Payton. He'll swing and miss on this one. It's no balls and 2 strikes. 1-1 the record for Stevenson. His 9th appearance, all in relief. 2.39 the ERA. That opponent batting average of 198. Here's the 0-2, fouled back to the screen. So we've played 8 half innings tonight, just 1-0 on the scoreboard in 8 half innings. For Grand Canyon, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth. ACU, 3 in the first, 0 in the second, 2 in the third, 5 in the fourth. There's a swing and a miss. Payton down on strikes. 1 up, 1 down. Stevenson, good-looking pitch there. Just swung through by Payton.
Yeah, Payton, he's thinking about that one as he walks away. See him biting his lip on that. Didn't like it, but hey, took a good swing at one that was got a lot of movement on it, and you can't really beat those.
There's Josh Buckley, 0 for 2, 2 Ks tonight. Stevenson's first pitch upstairs. Close the line on Sam Berberich, who came in relief there in the fourth. Just a third of an inning, but he does his job. Those 7 pitches, 6 of them strikes. Here's a ball fouled back. Look out. Just to our left. 1 ball and 1 strike. That came through the chute.
Yeah.
Like little
Hallway.
door, yeah, a little hallway between the press box. Just to our left.
Feel it on the floor. Put the fear in you.
Quickly 1 and 2. Now here to Josh Buckley. Again, we're talking about in the last half inning, too, just a battle of attrition now on pitching staffs. Who can come in? As here's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Buckley's down on strikes. Who can come in? Who can be the reliever who can come in, eat up some innings, low pitch count, effective and efficient, and get this game continuing to move? And right now, it's been Adam Stevenson, 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, and Stevenson, he's a strikeout pitcher. He's averaging about 2 strikeouts an inning, and that's through 27 innings this season. 42 strikeouts for him now, but in this situation, you know, they pull Berberich, they bring him out for a third of an inning, no hits, no runs, no anything. So I would probably expect to even see him come back later in this series and get an appearance maybe on Sunday, but maybe even tomorrow.
Here's Barreras, soft ground ball, chopper out to second. Randall's got it in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning. ACU a 10-8 lead. We're halfway through the contest. Halfway through the contest, bottom of the fifth, a 10-8 ACU lead. Call to the bullpen here for Grand Canyon. As Coach Wallace will go to his third pitcher tonight. It's Brian Webb, the lefty, 6-foot junior out of Gilbert, Arizona. He'll take over on the mound down by 2. He'll face the top of the lineup, Williams, Lattisall, and Britt. Wildcats batted around in the 4th inning, sent 10 to the plate, 5 runs. Take the 10-8 lead.
Yeah, and Webb this season, he seems to be the only one that wasn't roughed up in that matchup versus Seattle U. And he's bringing some good stuff here already.
Makes his 8th appearance of the year. No record. 5 1/3 innings of work. 6.75 is the ERA. That's a little skewed with just 5 1/3 innings of work. 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. Again for the junior.
He's got some stuff, though. We've seen that already. See how he dices through this ACU lineup. He's got the top of it.
There's a ball fouled off by Williams. Garrett's been on base all 3 times tonight. 2 singles, a walk, 2 for 2. 2 runs scored as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb is ready, and the pitch, this one fouled off again. We close the line on the starter tonight, Connor Markle. 3 1/3 innings of work, 8 runs, all earned on 9 hits. It's back-to-back starts that Markle's given up 8 earned runs. 1 strikeout, 2 walks on 68 pitches. Also close it on Cody Tucker, the reliever there in the 4th. So there's another ball fouled. Tucker went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 runs. Neither one of those were earned on the 2 error play that scored both Tatro and Tweed. No runs, 1 hit, or 2 runs unearned, 1 hit, 2 walks as well, and a strikeout. Williams will lift this one into right field, right at Verduzco. And Cade will make the catch. 1 up, 1 down. Fly out to 9. Boy, that's 4 in a row retired.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't recognize this ball game. But looking at this game though, I mean, 3 walks out of the 4 scored in that last inning for GCU, kind of similar to what we saw from ACU in the top of the 4th, where the walks came back to haunt them, and just a tough situation for these 2 teams. As far as walks go, these guys get on base, they score.
There's Miller Ladisaw having himself a night. He's been on all 3 times. Twice courtesy of free pass, hit by a pitch and a walk. Throw in a single as well. And a run scored. The side-armed pitch from Webb. That one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. We play under artificial light now. The sun is not fully set, but the lights are on here at Crutcher Scott. So there's an off-speed pitch at 79, fouled off opposite way. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, just a beautiful night. The wind's starting to settle a little. It was gusting up to 20, 25 miles an hour. It still blows, and it blows out to left field. But temperature still in the 80s. Clear skies. Just perfect night for baseball here in West Texas. Webb works out of the stretch with the bases empty. It's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll be here all weekend. This game 1 of the 3 games set. Game 2 is tomorrow afternoon. It's a 3:05 first pitch tomorrow afternoon. Sunday's finale is a 1:05 first pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, fouled off. We'll do 3-2 again. Another great pitching matchup tomorrow. Breck Eichelberger scheduled to start for ACU. It's Danny Avitia who will be on the mound. Of course, Avitia beat the Wildcats last year in the WAC tournament. Here's a payoff pitch, and that'll stay inside for ball 4. Miller has his 4th time on base in 4 plate appearances. 3 of those courtesy of the free pass. It's a 1-out walk.
Yeah, and good job from Ladisaw. From Ladisaw again, pardon me. Gets a walk, and like I said earlier, he's a hitter. He struggles when he needs to be patient, but Rick McCarty's guys, they know to listen to their coach, and gets on base here. And, well, here's the guy that knows what to do when those guys are on base.
Logan Britt 0 for 2, but does have a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
You know, talking about that matchup of Eichelberger and Avita, both those guys, 2 of the lowest ERAs in the WAC, both in the top 10.
Ball fouled out. Yeah, Avita right at 4.01. That's in the top 10. Eichelberger at 3.12. That's 6th best in the WAC. And both 4-game winners going into tomorrow. Now Ladisaw caught off in between first and second. He's picked off. The throw down to second is in time. Caught stealing. Goes down Miller Ladisaw. Got caught leaning the wrong direction against the lefty. Good job by Webb. Throw over to first. Payton down to Barreras at second base and the tag. 1-3-6 on the caught stealing. 2 outs. The bases are empty. A 1-1 count here to Logan Britt. There's a ball hit the opposite way. That'll find some right field turf, and it's down. 2 out single. And Logan has his first hit tonight.
Yeah, ACU, they've done some work tonight with the 2-out situations. And here's a situation where you got a runner on first. You're getting back into the heart of that order. Tatro and Tweed, who are probably 2 of the hottest hitters in this game. Tatro today, 2 for 2 with a walk, and a really good situation for ACU here.
Webb's first offering to him, the sidearm throw here to Tatro. Tatro 2 for 2, the RBI single in the first, the solo home run in the third, walked and scored in the fourth. 3 runs scored tonight. Number 32, 33, and 34 on his stat line. This one in for a strike. Home run number 10, that leads the Wildcats. RBIs 40 and 41, that leads the conference. They'll have to protect here. Webb's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Another throw over to first. Britt back in. Logan leads the conference in stolen bases, so something to consider here with 2 outs and now an 0-2 count. Try to get a hit and run going here. Chance for Logan to get the wheels turning with 2 outs. Contact in the gaps. Could potentially score him all the way from first. Here's the 0-2. Runner on the move. And Logan easily steals the base. Conference leading stolen base number 19. Logan in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, there's this misconception in baseball. Hey, these tall guys, they can't run, but Logan Britt, like I've seen him do amazing things this season. He's an absolute athlete, does a good job stealing that base, and he's got some speed, so be careful with him on second now.
Well, we'll give him a look. There's the 0-2, stays on the inside. Check that 1-2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. ACU the 10-8 lead. Come back and forth all night tonight.
That takes away Webb's really good pickoff move he has.
There's a 2-2. Hit the opposite way. Liner off the glove of Bariz. He can't make the catch. Everybody's safe. Britt will move to third. Tatro at first. We'll see how they score that one. That's got to be E5 on the play. It's a liner hit right at Bariz. He didn't have to move. Almost a deer in the headlights. I think he thought there'd be a little more velocity on it. Thought it'd get to him a little quicker. He makes the reaction and then kind of has to make a second reaction. Because of that, it falls off the heel of the glove and everybody's safe.
Yeah, and it's a good situation he did at least knock it down, because if that one could have tipped off his glove and into the outfield with Logan Britt, you could have had an issue.
They've scored it a hit on the scoreboard. So with that said, Tatro now 3 for 3. He's been on base all 4 times. Now here's Tanner Tweed. Tweed tonight, 3 for 3 already. 2 home runs. And 5 RBIs. Here's a pitch lifted, deep left center field. Bush giving it a look. He will watch it go over the wall. 3rd home run of the night for Tanner Tweed. This one's the 3-run variety. Tanner's 7th home run of the year. 4th home run as a team tonight for the Wildcats. And now a 13-8 lead courtesy of Tanner Tweed.
Yeah, Tanner, he absolutely crushed that one. He cringed a little bit. I think he thought he didn't have enough, but that Texas win, like you said earlier, gave him an assist. That last time he hit a home run, by the way, it was a 3-run shot with 2 outs also, and that was back in the first, and ACU tacks on. They have a 5-run lead now.
And now Maddox Meesey with the bases empty. All of this damage with 2 outs in the inning. Britt a single, Tatro awarded a single. 3-run home run by Tanner Tweed.
Yeah, and Webb now up to 27 pitches in this inning. You said that battle of attrition, this is going to be a blemish on that mark.
Meesey will hit one up the middle. That'll find its way into center field, a base hit. Gregory tried a backhanded pick but came up empty. Maddox Meesey has his 2nd hit tonight.
Yeah, Maddox, that one wasn't exactly in what I would call his sweet spot. It was low and in, but he found it anyway and drove it into center field, and he feels good about that one. You can see it on his face, and here we go in this situation. Bash Randall stepping in now.
Check out this stat line for Tanner Tweed. 4 hits and 4 at-bats, 4 runs scored, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Remind you, we're in the bottom of the 5th. Those are wiffle ball numbers.
That is. I don't want to jinx him, but that's a pretty good stat line there.
Bash Randall ahead in the count quickly. 2 balls and no strikes. Grand Canyon had an 8-5 lead, bottom of the fourth. ACU with 5 in the fourth, 3 more here in the fifth. And the pitch to Randall in for strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think it was all the way back in the first. I was talking about Tanner's glove work and being all conference selection. I guess I could talk about his bat work now.
Coming into the weekend, had 4 home runs, so now that number at 7. Had 19 RBIs. That number now at 27. All in 5 innings of work. There's a 3-1. That's in for a strike. Boy, Bash thought it was ball 4. And that's an uncomfortable feeling, having to pick up the bat and say, my bad. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Just gonna go ahead and throw out the early leader in the WAC Player of the Week, Tanner Tweed. Here's a payoff pitch. This one ripped into left field over the shortstop. Barreras into left. Big turn by Misi. He'll go corner to corner. First to third. Bash has his first hit tonight. The hit parade continues.
Yeah, and I was about to say Bash has had him a rough day, and he cranks one out into left field, and now runners on the corner, so I'm glad I didn't say those words, but good piece of hitting there for Bash, and hey, I would take that over the walk any day.
And it looks like we might have another pitching change here. Coach Greg Wallace has made his way out. He's looking at his bullpen third base side, and I believe the call to the bullpen has been made. 4th Grand Canyon pitcher will come in here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Wildcats have a 13-8 lead. Runners on the corners. Tell you about the new pitcher after this timeout. Three runs already in. Runners on the corners here, bottom of the 5th. Another call to the bullpen. We'll see if Blake Riley, the right-hander, can stop the bleeding here for the Lopes. They'll face Crew Park to start things off. Crew Riley, the 4th pitcher tonight for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Blake Riley, really interesting situation, strategy going on here in this situation where you've gone lefty, righty, just situational. I wonder how long Riley will go in this game.
This one has a unique feel to it. Again, we mentioned battle of attrition with 3-game series, and you're getting into your bullpens early tonight. But it's not at a point where either team waves the white flag and says, we're just going to throw this guy to the wolves and his ERA is going to explode tonight, but we've got to save the rest of the bullpen. This is still a winnable game for both teams, 13-8 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, and they're sending out quality pitching too. That's
Sure.
part of it. I would agree. I mean, Riley's had a pretty good season last outing versus Utah Valley, 1 run in 1 inning. Before that, a stretch of no runs really for him. And in this situation, you send him out there 2 outs, see what he can do, and it's going to be a tough deal.
Yeah, good-looking curveball there for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And 3 runs in the inning. Logan Britt a single, Grayson Tatro a single. Tanner Tweed a 3-run home run, his 3rd home run tonight. All with 2 outs here in the inning. Here's a curveball. This one hit opposite way to second base. Gregory has it cleanly. He'll throw over to first. Peyton will make the catch. 4-3, and the side is retired. 3 more for the Wildcats. A 13-8 lead. We'll go to the top of the 6th.
In the bottom of the 5th, the Wildcats scored 3 runs on 5 hits with 2 men left on base.
I can't believe they didn't give an error to that.
I can't believe this inning went as long as it did.
5 consecutive. Top of the sixth. ACU the 13-8 lead. 13 runs, 15 hits tonight for the Wildcat Bats. No errors committed. For Grand Canyon, 8 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors committed for the Lopes. Glad you're with us tonight. Andy Penny alongside Coy Oslin for Western Athletic Conference Baseball. It's Maxwell and Deal in the batter's box here for Adam Stevenson, who Adam's been a rarity tonight. Second inning of relief, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, he really carved the Lopes up back then. Those 2 back-to-back strikeouts and then ground out just to end the inning, but a good performance from him. He's had a good season all around, really, for ACU, and I'm thinking this is, in this game, a long-term option, hopefully.
There's a ball fouled off right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're just tuning in tonight, Zeros have not been very friendly. We've played 10 half innings, 5 innings of work. 8 half innings have had runs scored. We were tied at 3 after 2. We were tied at 5 after 3. Grand Canyon took an 8-5 lead top of the fourth. Since then, ACU scored 8 unanswered. There's a backdoor curveball in for strike 3. Good looking pitch there for Adam. 3 strikeouts and 4 batters faced. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, let's look at this pitch right here. You just carve him up, and you can't throw it any better, really. Down low and in the zone, and no real work needed from Tweed on the glove there to bring it back in the zone. Just a pure strikeout.
1 up, 1 down. And Zach Gregory to step in. Gregory's had a nice night. Solo home run and a walk. 2 runs scored. First pitch swinging here. He'll drive this one into right center field. And he's got a 1-out single. Gregory 3 times up, and he's been on base 3 times.
Yeah, that's what we've seen from GCU when it's been working is get off early. Don't sit there and just patiently wait on this. Went early and swung it out there, popped it into center field, and got a runner on base with 1 out. Something they haven't had in an inning.
And top of the lineup, Homer Bush Jr. Stevenson out of the stretch for the first time. Lefty-righty matchup. And first offering here, this one fouled right side. Mentioned this earlier. We'll get a chance to see it play out now. These high school teammates here. Adam Stevenson on the mound. Homer Bush Jr. in the batter's box. South Lake Carroll High School. Stevenson a few years older than Bush. He is senior when Bush was a sophomore, but they won a state championship that year in Texas high school baseball. There's another ball lifted right side. It'll go foul again, and it's 0-2. Jack Nielsen, also on the ACU roster, was part of that team. He and Bush are the same age. Saw a good conversation between those two, Nielsen and Bush, prior to the game. Always fun to see old classmates and get a chance to compete on the diamond. Here's the 0-2. Chopper foul, third base side.
And Andy, that's really just a testament to Texas baseball. In general, I mean, you look at the products that the state produces, and they're all over the place. We talked about how when these Texas teams come here, you see a lot of teammates, travel ball friends, summer league friends, but also in these games where you have a team come all the way from Arizona to Texas.
Ball upstairs. Now, that South Lake Carroll program has been around a while in multiple sports. But it seems like here recently, baseball has just been through the roof fantastic. Here's the 1-2. Stay outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm interested to see how Stevenson's going to do at the top of this GCU lineup. A lot of good hitters through and through in this, so really want to see what he can bring.
2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a Stevenson kick. That stays down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cade Verduzco waits on deck. This 13-8 game.
Interested to see what Stevenson will throw now in this situation. Will he throw that strikeout pitch that's been working, or is he going to try to produce a ground ball and get out of this inning?
Here's that payoff pitch, fouled back to the screen. We'll do 3-2 again.
And that looked like that strikeout pitch he's been using. A lot of heat down in the zone, and cannot fool Bush Jr.
He was the hitter of the week, the WAC hitter of the week, just 2 weeks ago, April the 3rd. After the weekend that Grand Canyon spent at Utah Valley. Their payoff pitch again. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Fooled on the pitch. Tried to protect late, but it was too late. Stevenson has his 4th strikeout tonight.
Yeah, and that's a whale of emotions right there. He knew he went through. Just a good pitch from Stevenson and gets his old classmate.
Right fielder Cade.
2 outs in the inning. Again, 4 strikeouts for Stevenson in his inning and 2/3 that he's worked tonight. There's Cade Verduzco, 1 for 3 tonight. A single, a stolen base, and a run scored. All of that back in the first. Stevenson first pitch is a strike. Grand Canyon faithful not a fan of that call. Thought that was high in the zone.
A lot of fan bases here in the WAC travel well. They really do.
No doubt. Here's the 0-1. Another fastball. That one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. See Gregory over at first base, the Arkansas transfer. A 1-out single. Again, it's a Grand Canyon team that does not steal bases very often. Just 26 of 30 on the year. Soft toss over to first. Gregory back in. Stevenson to the plate. There's a 1-1. Fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, got a good swing on that one. Was just a little bit ahead and fouled it off. That situation, maybe speed up your bat a little, or slow your bat down a little bit, and maybe you've got you a hit. That was a good swing.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Stevenson trying to shut the door. Back-to-back zeros here for the Grand Canyon offense. A 0 in the 5th. 2 outs here in the 6th. Runner on the move. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Stevenson strikes out the side here in the 6th. 5 strikeouts and 2 innings of work, and the side is retired. We played 5.5. ACU a 13-8 lead. We'll move. Riley ready, and the 2-2 check swing goes back to the screen. We'll do 2-2 again. 2 teams ahead of these 2 teams in the standings. Again, Sam Houston in first, Stephen F. Austin in second. We check the out-of-town scoreboard. Sam Houston trails right now, top of the 5th. Utah Tech a 5-2 lead on the Bearcats. There's a ball lifted into left field, fairly deep, a long run over to the line, and Deal can't get there. Extra bases here for Rook. He'll round first, he'll get to second. It's a leadoff double for the Wildcats and Holden Rook. Here at the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, they pick up right where they left off. Rook single back in the 4th inning, but here he is shooting one out into left field, and it bounces off the wall. A stand-up double here late in this game.
And back to the top of the lineup here, Garrett Williams. Well, this top of the lineup has been something fierce tonight. First pitch to Garrett, and misses for a ball. Garrett tonight with 2 hits, officially 2 for 3. He's walked, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. There's a pitch. This one hit into left field, a base hit. Rook will move up to third. Runners on the corners, back-to-back hits. Now moving to second is Williams. A throw, it's late. The ball got away just long enough for Williams to move up first to second. And now 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, good awareness here from Williams to move up on this one. He shoots it out into left field, and boy, they're really using that left field wall. The throw comes in, but Williams takes advantage of that throw. No cutoff.
Yeah, and Dill overthrows the cutoff man. Peyton goes all the way to home plate, and when it does, Williams takes an extra base. I'm ready when you're on. And here's Miller Ladisaw. First pitch to Ladisaw, gets away, back to the screen. Rook coming in. The underhand toss is too late. It's a wild pitch and a run scored as Holden Rook comes in. It's 14-8 Wildcats.
Yeah, Rook scores on that one, and just a tough situation on the wild pitch. Williams advances over to third. ACU keeps it coming.
Well, it just gets away. It's a closer play than I thought. Good job. And here comes Coach Greg Wallace again. We might have another call to the bullpen. And we will. New pitcher coming in for the Lopes. We'll tell you about the 5th pitcher for GCU here in a moment. ACU a 14-8 lead. Greg Wallace going to his bullpen. The 5th pitcher tonight for Grand Canyon, and Jay Smith taking over on the mound. Just his 2nd appearance for the freshman right-hander. It's Jay Smith here with runner on 3rd. Nobody out, in an ACU 14-8 lead.
Yeah, you said it. Hey, he had 1 appearance at UNLV. He impressed. 1 inning, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, though, for him in that loss to UNLV for GCU. So he's coming in here with a runner on 3rd and no outs. Basically a fresh plate for him in a way. See what he can bring to this situation with the heart of this ACU lineup coming up.
Already 2 batters to the plate. 2 hits in the inning, a run scored, and a runner on 3rd. And here's Miller Ladisaw. First offering from Jay Smith is low with it. Here's a look at game number 2 tomorrow. Don't forget this is a 3-game set. Game 2 tomorrow will be on ESPN Plus, 3 p.m., 3:05 first pitch. Be sure to join us. Game 2, the Lopes and the Wildcats. Ladisaw's been on base all 4 times. He'll hit a high chopper first base side. Nice pick, an underhand toss. Peyton over to Smith. The run does score, 3-1 on the putout, an RBI for Ladisaw. And it's 15-8 Wildcats, bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and here in this situation, you can't really do much, but hey, let's try to move Williams if we can, and he's going to score. ACU puts another run on the board, and they got him a lead here.
That's 10 unanswered now for ACU, dating back to the 4th inning. A GCU 8-5 lead in the 4th. 10 in a row now for ACU. Bases are empty, 1 out. Here's Logan Britt. Britt 1 for 3 tonight, a single, a sacrifice fly, and an RBI, and a run scored. And again, just Smith's 2nd appearance on the year. There's a pitch outside. If you're just tuning in tonight, GCU ace Zach Thornton did not start tonight. The leader in strikeouts in the WAC. A little hamstring situation this week. Coach Wallace decided to scratch him from the Friday night Game 1 start. To be determined if we'll see Thornton this weekend. There's a pitch down in the dirt to Britt, and it's ball 4. And Logan's on base with a 1-out walk. We will see Danny Avitia tomorrow, Grand Canyon's 2nd starter. And again, to be determined if we'll see Thornton on Sunday. So Brent at first with 1 out. Here's Grayson Tatro. Grayson tonight a RBI single and scored in the 1st. Solo home run in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 4th. Singled and scored in the 5th. Britt's on the move. First pitch. And the throw down is late. Logan adds to season.
Yeah, for him, it's just rinse and repeat at this point.
Well,
Goes on and steals the base.
Smith never gave him a look, never checked him at first. Another runner in scoring position. We'll see if Logan might try to swipe third here. Smith doesn't give him a look. He does this time. There's a 1-0 to Tatro. It's downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. 15 runs on 17 hits now for ACU tonight. No errors committed. 8, 8, and 2 for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and the damage has really been consolidated in the top 6 of this ACU batting order. Seen a lot of damage from them, couple home runs. 2 or 3 from one guy.
Wildcats have left the yard 4 times tonight, 4 home runs, 3 courtesy of Tanner Tweed. He's on deck. And now steps off, and I believe a balk is called here, and it is. Brett made a little bit of a motion there at second base as Smith was giving him a look, and the reaction to the movement by Brett is a balk on Smith, so Brett will go to third. 90 feet away with 1 out.
Yeah, and you just hate that situation right here. They're clearly playing some games here, and that's what Logan Britt can do.
Here's the 2-1 to Tatro. Catch the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that 2-1 count you always want to take unless it's up the groove. If it's dancing around the sides, always take that pitch no matter what.
Now the 2-2 fastball skips in. Good stop by Buckley. And we mentioned again that Thornton did not start on the mound tonight. Also, Jacob Wilson missing his 7th game. Tyler Wilson also not in the lineup for GCU. It's a banged-up Lopes team. So here's a payoff pitch outside for ball 4. Tatro's been on base all 5 times tonight. His 2nd walk.
Yeah, let's take a look at that balk again here in this situation. Logan's not even doing anything in this situation. He's just got a good lead, doing what he's supposed to do, and messed with his head.
It's one of the things I love about baseball is the technicalities.
Yeah.
Of when you want to make a pickoff move, you have to be technical with your feet, and he just got caught that time. Here's the hottest bat in the lineup, Tanner Tweed. 4 for 4 tonight, 3 home runs. Throw in a measly 2-run single as well. 4 for 4, 3 home runs, a single, and 8 RBIs for Tanner. More ducks on the pond here. Runners on the corner and 1 out. Smith will come set. Throw over to first. Tatro back in.
And I'd be careful, especially with a guy like Logan Britt on third. Those pickoff moves, you've got to make sure you're getting your throws.
There's the pitch to Tanner. He'll hit this one kind of off the handle of the bat. Chance for 2. Got it at first. At second, over to first. Not in time. It'll go as a fielder's choice, but another RBI for Tweed as he's on at first. Britt comes in to score. It's RBI number 9 tonight for hustling Tanner Tweed down the line.
The third baseman, that is Macy.
Now 16-8 Wildcats on the scoreboard. Three more runs have scored here in the 6th. Here's a high chopper, Maddox Meesey. It's fielded cleanly. And a long throw across. Barreras over to Peyton. 6-3 on the put out. 3 more for the home team. Wildcats a 16-8 lead as we'll go to the latter half. Top of the 7th. You're looking at ACU's now all-time leader in RBIs in one game, Tanner Tweed, with the fielder's choice in the RBI. 9 RBIs tonight. Boy, that's a new all-time record here at ACU, 9 ribbies in one game.
Yeah, and just what a game. I mean, he's got to be feeling good about himself. He's done good behind the dish so far, and when you go up to bat, you feel like he's going to make contact no matter what, and brings in the run on the fielder's choice. Not the ideal way you want to do that, but hey, gets the run in. Tanner Tweed has had a day.
4 for 5, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs for the backstop Tanner Tweed. 16-8 lead here, Adam Stevenson. His third inning of work. Adam's been on fire on the mound tonight in relief. 2 innings of work, 5 strikeouts, just one single, and that's been it. Zach York, 2 for 3 tonight, a single and a double, a couple RBIs. 16-8 Wildcats. Again, they've now scored 11 unanswered. GCU had an 8-5 lead in the 4th. ACU with 5 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th for a 16-8 lead.
Yeah, Tanner Tweed behind the dish for ACU. Historically, Mitchell Dixon last season was the catcher for ACU, stepped away this season, and Tanner Tweed has stepped up in that position, obviously, and wow, what can you say about this game he's had, and he's had him a good season, too.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Stevenson. The 2-2 pitch fouled off. We'll do 2-2 again.
Yeah, we wondered how Stevenson was going to do against this half of the GCU order, and well, last inning is anything to show for it. He struck out 2 of them, and now working with York, who's been absolutely hot in this game.
There's another 2-2 pitch, off-speed pitch. Boy, York fisted that one off. Into the wide and the 2-2. Fouled off again. York battling big time here. Grand Canyon again here in Texas for 5 in a row. They'll do it later in the season for 7 in a row. So might be time to buy some new cowboy boots and cowboy hats. You're going to spend that much time in Texas. Yeah, they're here for 5 this week with ACU and Texas Tech, a midweek Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they return May 5th through the 14th at Tarleton for 3, then to Waco to play Baylor in a midweek, and then at Rio Grande Valley. 7 in a row in the Lone Star State in early May. There's a 2-2 again. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 3-2 here to York. ACU on the flip side of that has not left the state of Texas yet this year. Every game they've played, home and away, has been in the great state of Texas. Here's the payoff pitch, 3-2, and that's in for strike 3. York thought it was ball 4. The umpire thought otherwise, and the umpire gets the final say. Well, that's a good-looking fastball for strike 3.
Yeah, he has worked that bottom edge with some heat when he wants that strikeout. And, man, they should be expecting that strikeout pitch at this point, and fools York on that one. And, you know, maybe it was a little bit out of the zone, but nevertheless, Adam Stevenson's continuing what has been a fantastic game for him.
You can see there, York gave a little nod like, okay, yeah, it was strike 3. Fair enough. First pitch here to Bariz is in for a strike. Bariz tonight 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. Stevenson chewing up the innings. We thought which reliever would come in for either team tonight and chew up some innings. There's a ball flared foul right side. And it's been Adam Stevenson. He's at 38 pitches. Don't know what the pitch count is. Once you go over a pitch count, would Adam be available the rest of the weekend? Nonetheless, he's doing the job here on a Friday night. Salvaging the rest of the bullpen for 2 games remaining this weekend. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to Bariz. The 0-2 just misses 1 and 2.
Yeah, Stevenson struck out all but 3 batters of this GCU lineup.
a ground ball. Changes directions, and Randall will just have to eat it. I don't know. Did that ball hit Stevenson?
Let's take a peek here.
Yeah, oh, Stevenson tried to barehand it up the middle and ricocheted different direction.
Yes.
Goes an infield single for Breeze.
Really interesting situation on that one. You normally don't see a pitcher try to barehand that one, but they usually don't get away like that when they do. And lucky piece of hitting there gets a runner on base for GCU, a much-needed runner, might I add, in this situation.
One on with one out, and Eli Payton. Well, Payton's not being overshadowed tonight. It's unfortunate. He's got 4 RBIs for Grand Canyon. Stevenson's first offering outside.
Yeah, a couple RBI and a couple good snags out on the field in this game for him. And
a 2-run double, a 2-run home run as well. For, again, the 4 RBIs. First batter that Stevenson faced was Payton. Stevenson struck him out. And Payton came in on the year with just 8 RBIs. He's added 4 tonight. Top of the 7th with 1 out. ACU the 16-8 lead. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Stevenson kick and the 2-1. And that misses. 3 balls in, 1 strike. About the only thing we haven't seen is an ACU defensive double play tonight. Here's the 3-1. Fouled back to the screen.
Stevenson's worked his way back into this one. Expect to see him go low with this pitch.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Another K for Adam Stevenson tonight. Number 7 and 2 2/3. Good looking pitch.
Yeah, and that's a tough pitch right there if you're the batter. That is nothing but pure speed from a pitcher getting outclassed at the bat. What a pitch from Stevenson in that at bat, and 2 outs now for him.
Here's Josh Buckley, 0 for 3 tonight. 3 strikeouts. Stevenson's first offering. Fastball up. And it's 1-0. Nobody working out in the ACU bullpen. Adam Stevenson in a groove. 47 pitches. He'll probably go over 50 in this at bat. Well, maybe not. There's a ball lifted deep left field. Giving chase is Tatro, and he'll watch this one fly. Josh Buckley turns on a fastball, drives it into left field, and it's a 2-run home run for Grand Canyon. Good piece of hitting there for Buckley. It's home run number 2 on the season. RBIs 12 and 13. And Grand Canyon has shaved into the deficit now 16-10, top of the 7th.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. He just teed that one off, and it was a good pitch that he saw. It was right in his candy spot, and he hit it out into left field. And happy to see a situation where they can finally get some runs on the board, trying to figure out Stevenson. And for Stevenson, if that's the only blemish on the day for him, I wouldn't be too worried about it.
First pitch swinging. Barreras hit it to Randall. 4-3 on the putout. That'll retire the side. Grand Canyon does get 2 in the inning. Stretch time here in Abilene. ACU a 16-10 lead. Stretch time here in Abilene, 16-10, ACU a 6-run lead. The light bulbs are popping on the scoreboard tonight. 16 runs, 17 hits, no errors committed for ACU. 10, 10, and 2 thus far for Grand Canyon tonight. 7 home runs collectively between the two teams. ACU's hit 4, Grand Canyon's hit 3. And the Wildcats Again, batting here in the bottom of the 7th. Bash Randall to lead it off. Ground ball up the middle. A dive by Gregory comes up empty. It's into center field, a base hit. 2 hits tonight here for Bash. He's 2 for 5.
Yeah, Bash, he'd been having a rough go of it here early in this one, but here he is. He works it in there and gets his 2nd hit of the day.
Let's take a look inside our ACU TV studios tonight. See if we can get a look at them. We will here in just a minute. There's the first pitch to Crew Park. We'll get you inside the studios here in a moment. Let's see the good-looking people behind the scenes bringing us WAC baseball tonight on ESPN+. Park tonight, the only Wildcat still looking for a hit. He's 0 for 4.
Yeah, Park, he has reached, though, with the fielder's choice back in the 4th.
There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike.
We can do it. I trust. Yeah, perfect.
Smith comes set.
Left at the hit.
He'll check Randall. And the pitch, ground ball to third base, could be 2. Bariz will go to Gregory for 1. Over to first, and Peyton in time. 5-4-3 on the double play. There's a look at the guys behind the scenes, ACU TV. Great student-run production here on Abilene Christian University campus. Bringing you all the sights and sounds of Wildcat baseball tonight. Thanks for all you do, guys. 2 out, spaces are empty. Here's Holden Rook. Rook tonight a double and a single, 2 runs scored. 2 for 4.
Smith spotted some pretty good stuff to this ball game here in this situation. 1 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run.
Here's a ball outside corner, and it's quickly a 1 ball and 1 strike. Sam Houston, the leader in the WAC. They're the trailer on the scoreboard tonight. Utah Tech 7, Sam Houston 2. That's in the bottom of the 6th. This is a ball in 1 and 2. SFA is the 2nd place team in the WAC. They trail on the scoreboard tonight as well. New Mexico State 10, SFA 4. That's in the bottom of the 5th out in Las Cruces. Curveball from Smith stays outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So if the scoreboard trends the same way it is in all 3 of those games, the Wildcats will pick up a full game on both SFA and Sam Houston. There's a ball swung on and missed. 4 strike 3. Smith, nice inning in relief there for the Lopes. And the side is retired. We'll go to the 8th. ACU, 6-run lead. Top of the 8th. See a beautiful West Texas spring night here in Abilene, Texas, Crutcher Scott Field. That wind, if you're wondering, it's blowing out tonight. 7 home runs between the 2 teams, 26 runs. Coy, I was not expecting 26 runs tonight. Friday night in the WAC, was not expecting 26, but the Bats have shown up and have done a great job. As we move here into the top of the 8th, Adam Stevenson still on his 4th inning of relief.
Third baseman Dustin Crenshaw.
And I believe we have a pinch hitter here in the 8th spot for Maxwell and Deal. This pitch hit up the middle, and it's in to center. That was Dustin Crenshaw who got an at-bat, and he comes through with a single. Here to lead off.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting. Gets it up the groove into center field, and he's on base, and he's got one he can feel good about.
I'll tell you here, Coy, 16-10 in the 8th. With the way the Bats have been going tonight, not comfort zone quite yet.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. And this GCU team, they've made some good comebacks this season already late in games. So if you're Adam Stevenson, your head's definitely on a swivel.
Zach Gregory 2 for 2 tonight. 2 runs scored, a home run, a single, and a walk.
Second baseman
Top of the
Zach
lineup on
Gregory.
deck. GCU not going away quietly.
That's what Stevenson, I mean, he's he's attacked the strike zone almost immediately in every at-bat, and he set his tone for the at-bat on his pitch. You know, he is not letting these batters come up on their terms. And it's really starting to show here late in this game.
Stevenson pitch count in the 50s now. So Rick McCarty's going to try to ride the wave of Adam as long as he can and call it a weekend. There's a swing and a miss. Gregory down on strikes. Strikeout number 8 tonight for Adam. First out at the top of the 8th.
Yeah, and Stevenson, he's not really throwing anything too fast. He's just fooling them on these pitches. They've got the right amount of spin on him, and Adam Stevenson, like I've said, he's continued to attack that low strike zone whenever he wants that strikeout pitch, and it's worked through and throughout. And here's another guy he struck out, Bush. This season only had 12 strikeouts.
Bush 1 for 4 tonight. 1 ball and no strikes.
That's how you win a ball game. You silence those guys like Bush.
There's a 1-0. That's off-speed pitch, and Homer turns on that one, hits it into the corner. This will be extra bases. Crenshaw will round second, get to third. He's being waved in, and the ball will be held up by the cutoff man. It's an RBI double for Homer Bush. And just like that, it's 16-11 here, ACU in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, Bush, he got under this one and just drove it. This is a clean hit out into left field. It had a little bit of power under it. He got that foot and drove it in the ground and used that speed to get over to second. Good stand-up double, not too exhausted. Hopefully he has a chance to run some bases.
2 for 5 now on the night. Cade Verduzco 1 for 4. Again, a little momentum. The pendulum swinging back the way of GCU.
Yep.
They've scored the last 3 after ACU scored 11 in a row. First pitch to Verduzco misses. Stevenson did strike out Verduzco first time these two met up. A little bit of action now in the ACU bullpen behind the right field wall.
Yeah, we talked about how GCU doesn't like to steal too many bases, but when they have, Homer Bush Jr.'s been their guy.
And pitch is up, 2 balls and no strikes. Adam's starting to show a little bit of fatigue for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it feels like the pace has slowed down for Stevenson just a little bit.
They're moving a little slower here in between pitches. No pitch clock in effect here. Abilene tonight. There's a ball, ground ball. Foul ball. Boy, a great diving stop by Misi, but in foul territory.
Yeah, Maddox got a good pick on that one, and I really thought that one was going to go a bit deeper, but unbeknownst to me, it was foul.
Zach Smith, you see there, warming up. The 6th-year senior/graduate student. He's been a Wildcat uniform his whole career. You don't see that much too often in college baseball, college athletics these days, one program. So there's a ball upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. And Zach, the local product, starting to get warm. Verduzco in, 3 balls and 1 strike. Stevenson set. Doesn't even look out at second. Here's the 3-1. Fouled back to the screen. It's 3-2.
Good job from Stevenson, working his way back into this at-bat. 3-2 count now. Interested to see what the payoff pitch is. Like I keep saying, I expect to see something here low in the zone. Nothing too fast, though. Try to see if he can fool Verduzco.
Bush at second. The RBI double. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stevenson, the kick, the payoff pitch. Ground ball, left side, deep in the hole. Play made, Park, long throw across, not in time. It's an infield single for Verduzco. That's a hustle play all the way around. Park, backhand stab deep in the hole at shortstop. Long throw, head first dive by Verduzco, and the hustle pays off, and he's safe at first base.
And he had to slide into first. He was hyped about that one. You don't get to see a lot of guys go head first into first base, and good job legging that one out. And a good pick, though, in the short hole for ACU and Park.
Zach York the DH steps in. Runner on the move. Here's a pitch that's in for a strike. Tweed can't hang on to it from the glove to the hand in the transition, and a stolen base for Homer Bush Jr.
Yeah, he was all on that one and not even a throw to come for it.
Stolen base number 14 on the season. Checking down in the first base dugout. Seeing if Rick McCarty is considering a pitching change. He's in a place, can't even see him down in the dugout at the current moment. 0-1 here to York.
You know, and in the worst, maybe come out there and just remind you guys, hey, catch your breath. We've got a 5-run cushion here.
So there's the 0-1 off-speed pitch. This one lifted deep right field. Giving a look is Rook. If it stays fair, it's gone, and it is. It's a 3-run home run for Zach York. And the Lopes do not go quietly tonight. They've scored 4 in the inning, and it's back to a 2-run game. It's 16-14 here in the 8th.
Well, surprise to no one, York's got him a little bit of power in that bat, and he can get under this one and drive it into right field. And let's take a look at it. Just caught too much of the plate. There's nothing that he can do about that, and York sees the opportunity and takes it. Feels like we got a brand new ball game.
16-14 in the 8th, and Rick McCarty will go to the bullpen here. A new pitcher about to come in here for the Wildcats. Adam Stevenson just running out of gas here in the 8th inning. And Zach York the better there with the 3-run home run. We'll see the 4th pitcher of the night here for ACU as Zach Smith making his way in to take over on the mound. That's 5 RBIs now for Zach York. We'll tell you about Zach Smith after the break. 16-14 Wildcats, 1 out, top of the 8th. Just 1 out. A Zach York 3-run home run will chase Adam Stevenson after 3 1/3 innings of work. And Rick McCarty back to the bullpen. 4th pitcher tonight for the Wildcats. It's the graduate right-hander Zach Smith on the mound here.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Stevenson really cut up this GCU lineup, and here comes Smith. He's coming into this ball game. Elevated numbers this season, 4.50 ERA, 1.5 WHIP. Trying to find some rhythm here as they get deep into conference play. Looking through the tournament, he's brought his numbers down over the past few years, and you know, people talk about the numbers game in college baseball. 4.50 ERA is pretty solid when you see limited appearances like a reliever does.
So Zach will come in, a 2-run Wildcat lead, 1 out, top of the 8th, and the bases are empty. And the first pitch here fouled back by Elijah Barisi. Zach has been the go-to guy here in the last few weeks. This is 4th appearance in the month of April. An inning versus Nebraska on April 1st. An inning and a save versus Sam Houston in the finale last Sunday, Easter Sunday, down in Huntsville. Also pitched an inning and 2/3 in the midweek on Tuesday versus TCU. This one upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 6th year graduate student. A medical red shirt, a COVID year, and a local product out of Abilene Wiley High School, south side of Abilene here. He's a fan favorite as well.
Yeah, in high school, really good player, state champion, went out and won some awards himself on both sides of the ball. Really good player.
And maybe my favorite thing about Zach is he played for the Savannah Bananas last summer. Of course, if you're not familiar with the Savannah Bananas, do yourself a favor and get online and go to Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and you'll be highly entertained. Zach said that's the most enjoyable baseball experience he's ever had last summer. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Parks got it cleanly. Throw off the mark. The ball comes out of the glove of Williams. And Barisi is safe over at first base.
It's going to be an interesting score call on this one. Let's take a look here. Throw in. It looked like he was in his glove, but he just, I think it was the movement of his body is what lost the ball. So the runner will reach.
Well, that's a tough play. That's It's going to be an error one way or the other. I think E6 on the throw.
It will be an E6.
Pulled Williams off the bag. Williams did catch it cleanly, and the ball fell out, but the error on the throw. And just like that, the tying run comes to the plate here for the Lopes and Eli Payton. First pitch fouled off left side. And Payton's been a hot bat tonight. 4 RBIs. He's 2 for 4. A double and a home run and the 4 ribbies. ACU scored 11 unanswered in the middle innings. GCU has responded with 6 unanswered. 2 in the 7th, 4 more here in the 8th.
It's one of those situations you got to be thinking ground ball. You know, what can we do to try to get out of this inning as quick as possible and stop the bleeding?
Good pitch there by Smith, fouled back to the screen.
Zach battling here in this situation.
We can close the line on Adam Stevenson. A great night tonight of relief that swelled on him here in the 8th, but 3 1/3 innings of work, 6 runs all earned on 7 hits. There's the 0-2. That's on the inside, 1 and 2. 8 strikeouts tonight for Adam. 65 pitches in his 3 1/3 innings of work. He's put ACU in a position to try to win the opener here, but work to do here. 1 out in the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-2 to Payton. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
What a pitch from Smith there on that one. That was all speed right there. Really tricky pitch to hit and out fools the hitter. Tried to get him to go fish.
Strikeout as a staff tonight, number 13 for the Wildcats. 2 outs now. It's a huge second out. Here's Josh Buckley. Buckley, a 2-run home run his last time up. That was in the 7th. Pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Got 8 home runs tonight. Both teams have hit 4 home runs. Tanner Tweed has hit 3 of those 4 for ACU. 9 RBIs, a new school record at any division, Division I, Division II, for the Wildcats. There's a pitch swung on and missed.
Took him out of his shoes on that one.
That's a lot of torque there.
92 on the gun.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here to Buckley. Smith the kick, the 2-1. That's outside. Wild pitch back to the screen. And that will allow Bariz to move up to second base. He's in scoring position with the 3-1 count.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. Don't worry too much about the runner at first. It's just one of those baseball deals. Focus on your batter right now, especially if he's the tying run.
First base is now open, but that would put the tying run on the base pass. 3-1 the count. Here's the 3-1. Swung on and missed. Good looking pitch there for Zach. Things starting to get tense here in Abilene. Wildcats a 16-14 lead.
Potential pinch hitter on deck too right now.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's the kick, the payoff pitch. Swung on. This one lifted. Shallow center field. Britt giving chase. He'll get there. He'll make the catch. It's a fly out to 8. Center field and Britt in the side is retired. But Grand Canyon 4 in the inning. We got a ball game as we move to the bottom of the 8th. ACU 2-run lead. Well, if you're a fan of low pitch counts, tonight is not your night. ACU pitching has thrown 177 pitches through 8 innings. Grand Canyon 161 through 7 innings. And we still got a ball game. There's work to be done. We move to the bottom of the 8th. ACU a 16-14 lead. One final chance here for the Wildcats to put some insurance on the board, but Jace Smith, the freshman, just his second appearance, doing his job. He's doing exactly what Coach Wallace needed him to do, and it was stop the bleeding here in the late innings.
Yeah, Jay Smith, I talked about this. He impressed in his first showing, and here he is now in this game facing this ACU lineup.
Here's Garrett Williams, ground ball to shortstop, fielded cleanly. Barreras, throw over, is in time. Quickly 1 up, 1 down. 6-3 on the put out. Williams Knight with 3 hits, but this time a ground out. He's 3 for 5 tonight. This is the tough part of the lineup, though, here for ACU. Ladisaw, Britt on deck, and if it gets to Tatro and Tweed here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Ladisaw tonight officially 1 for 2, but he's also walked 3 times. Ground ball, chopper up the middle. Barreras has it behind the bag. Throw over to first. In time. Quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 6-3 on the put out.
Another 6-3 put out on this one. Not a too fast of a pitch there, but produces the ground ball, which is what that pitch is supposed to do, and 6-3 put out.
And now Logan Britt with 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. We did see, Coy, you saw it before I did. We just didn't get to say anything, but Grand Canyon had a pinch hitter there in the top of the 8th on deck, who was Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, and that's probably a player to be highlighted later in this game and/or series, but
so good chance we'll see him in the top of the 9th in a pinch hitter role. Right now it's Logan Britt at the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith to Britt, the 1-1. Curveball catches the inside portion for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, in this game, I mean, what a job from GCU getting back into this one. They finally figured out Adam Stevenson, and that was enough for them.
Well, that's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking ahead to that Grand Canyon 9th, scheduled to bat is the top, or checked at the bottom of the lineup. Barreras, Crenshaw, who came in as a pinch hitter, and Gregory. There's the 2-2. Britt swung on and missed for strike 3. Jay Smith shuts the door in the bottom of the 8th. Tension here in Abilene. We'll go to the top of the 9th. ACU a 2-run lead. Jay Smith for the Lopes does his job in the bottom of the 8th. A 1-2-3 ACU inning. Jay Smith does his job. Zach Smith an opportunity here for the Wildcats to do the job. 2-run lead for ACU in the top of the 9th.
Let's see if Zach can slam the door here. I'm interested to see what he can do. He really brought some good stuff back in the 8th on 2 batters, or 3 batters that was, and see what he can do. And, well, this is going to be a battle right here.
It is the pinch hitter, Jacob Wilson, who's missed the last 7 games. The team leader in average for the Lopes at .465. He'll swing at this one. He hits a ground ball into left field, a base hit. We thought we might see him in a pinch hitter role tonight, and he comes in and immediately gets a single to lead off the 9th inning.
Well, that's why they brought him in. They're not asking the world of him. You know, they want to see him go out there and just play his game, and that's what he does. He gets a base hit.
So now the tying run will come to the plate. It comes to the plate, and Dustin Crenshaw, pinch hitter, back in the 7th. Check that, led off the 8th with a single and a run scored. First pitch lifts one to left. Room there in left field. Tatro is underneath it. He'll make the catch and get it back to the infield in a hurry. Fly out to 7 for the first out here in the top of the 9th.
There's your first out right there. Keep your patience. You still got 1 guy on that you've got to watch.
And another solid bat here in Zach Gregory. Gregory, 2 for 3, a home run, a single, a walk, 2 runs scored tonight. First pitch for Smith. Fastball misses at 92, and it's 1-0.
When Wilson's played this season, he's stolen only 4 bases. But, you know, you're wondering, you know, if he doesn't feel right yet, you know, does he feel like he can steal a base?
Smith set. This pitch hit. Line shot caught by Randall. Almost a chance for 2. They'll say Randall caught it. Randall went ahead and threw it to second base, but the first base umpire is saying that Randall caught it on a line. So a line out to 4. Randall actually threw it to second. Looked like he was trying to get the lead runner, Wilson. But the umpire said, nope, that was a line catch. So Gregory is out for out number 2. And the Wildcats are 1 out away, but it's the top of the lineup, Homer Bush Jr.
Yeah, here's a guy that really wants one. He came around and scored both times he's gotten on base today. 2 for 5 on the day.
First pitch inside at 88. It's 1-0.
Boy, what a way would that have been to win the ball game.
There's the ball. This one hit up the middle and get it into center field for a base hit. Wilson will go station to station. He's at second. Bush has a 3-hit night tonight. The tying run's on the base pass. The go-ahead run is coming to the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th.
Like you said, let's just turn the wheel here and keep going. Winning run now at the plate.
This game has gone back and forth tonight. Cade Verduzco at the plate. A righty-righty matchup. He's got 2 hits tonight. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Smith set. First offering. Good-looking pitch in for a strike. We were tied at 3 after 2 innings. Tied at 5 after 3. Grand Canyon an 8-5 lead in the 4th. ACU scored 11 in a row to take a 16-8 lead. The last 6 have gone to Grand Canyon. They need 2 more. Here's the 0-1. Fastball in for strike 2. And the Wildcats are 1 strike away. Game 2 of the series tomorrow, a 3:05 first pitch. Still work to be done here tonight. No balls and 2 strikes. Smith is set. Here's the 0-2. That's on the outside. Waste pitch. Verduzco does not go for it. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Smith wanted to work that low in there and just put way too much on it and got it out of control.
Wilson out at second. Bush at first. Here's the 1-2. High chopper, third base side. Misi will make the play. Step on the third base bag. He'll get the force. As Wilson is out at third, the side is retired. The Wildcats win the opening game tonight. And that's the end of the game. 30 runs on the scoreboard. ACU just a few more than Grand Canyon tonight.
Yeah, absolutely insane night. We saw so many balls go over the fence, so many balls in the outfield. Just a great game between these 2 conference rivals.
8 home runs tonight, 4 for both teams, 9 RBIs tonight for Tanner Tweed. And again, at the end of the night, here's one of them. Grayson Tatro leaves the yard. 16-14 for everybody involved tonight. I'm Andy Penny. Good night from Abilene.